Hello, everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube, in all its infinite wisdom, has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week of Die Party Die Party Abyss, a Hollow Earth Expedition role-playing experience right here on Twitch. Merry Christmas, I guess, everyone. It's Christmas week this week. So we are, I guess, getting real close to the end of the year and shit like that too. Like, God, what fucking. I'm feeling nostalgic for 2017, even though it was the year that almost killed the world. So every year we're getting closer to annihilation. I love it. Let's go around and introduce everyone who will be playing with us today. Up first, we have Mr. Dreamer Boy. What up, sir? How you doing? How's your week been?
Doing good. Week's been good. Basically all Monday and yesterday. Oh wait, what? No, yesterday and today. Haha. Time. That's a thing.
It is.
I've been doing vocal recording for that country project, so it's almost over. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's almost over.
So did you just get Jimmy Barnes to scream in the sky?
No, just the actual artist came over and like is doing vocals herself here because we were going to do it at a studio about half an hour away.
Yeah.
But if we were going to do that, it would take 4 months before we could get in there.
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't want to do this for 4 months, and neither do they. So we're just going to do it all here in my
Nice.
apartment.
Wow.
It sounds good.
Do you have like a proper room for an artist to vocally record in, or just put them in the closet? Like, what do you do?
Oh, I just put them behind, like, yeah, look at apartment tour. They're just like over here in basically the living room.
They come in, there's like, oh, where's the soundproofing glass? And you're just like,
It's actually
We
not
got
that bad.
walls.
Yeah. And like I do have like one of those like portable ISO booth things, so it's just like a big little half tube filled with foam.
mm-hmm. Nice.
That's all you really need. Yeah. I can't record drums here, but vocals and guitar and most everything else,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty easy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
How's your Witcher playthrough going? You still doing that?
Yeah, I just got to Oxenfurt.
Oh yeah.
So-
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah. Yep.
So yeah. Other than that, just got there. I didn't play on Sunday because I had some other stuff to do.
I mean,
But this
it is
weekend
near
will be another.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, but still doing that. I think I'll be playing Witcher 3 on the weekends for like the next 6 months, to be honest.
It's a big fucking game, and it's not even like it's the thing with The Witcher is like it's all just it's just thick with like sitting through cutscenes. Like you're like, okay, this is clearly a combat mission, and then you start it, and then it's just fucking people talking for like 45 minutes, and you're just like, what is this, Metal Gear Solid? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, especially with Geralt, like cardboard box tone.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
yeah, he's not even the most interesting character in that game, which is hilarious to me.
No, so far, I think still my favorite character is Johnny the Godling. It's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of look at Witcher like if you do it like a serial, like if Witcher was a TV show, that would be like that game would work really well as like a episodic TV show.
Well, they're I think Netflix is doing that. Either Netflix or Hulu is making a Witcher TV show.
Yeah, I hope they don't just rehash the books.
Although they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck it up for a little while at least.
Yeah, I don't know who would play Geralt because he kind of has to have that fucking voice, or else it doesn't work. But Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that was interesting.
Also, haven't seen Star Wars yet, so no spoilers in the chat, please.
No, you haven't?
No, I'm gonna like the earliest I can go to see it is like Thursday, maybe Friday.
That's...
Same.
I'm going to have to refresh it. Well, I saw it the day
So
that
we
it...
shouldn't tell you that it turns out Obi-Wan is really Luke's father?
I mean, now they know that that's not the case. Jeez.
Darth Vader dies.
Great. What
But
about Harry Potter? Does Harry Potter live?
yeah, Dumbledore's a power bottom. um,
Oh wow.
Did you honestly see that thing? Yeah,
It's real.
it's real. I'm not making that up. He's a top. He's a top. So I actually went and saw Star Wars the moment it came out, like the premiere, because I can't afford to be like streaming. Then some guy comes in, because that's what happened the last time Star Wars happened. Like the moment Star Wars came out, like literally, I had to have mods like Feral and stuff like that, like come in and kill anyone talking about Star Wars, because
You could probably have Nightbot or something. Just like add all the banned words, like add Jedi, Star Wars, anything to do with the Force. Or
yeah,
anything.
but it was just
The
so
problem with that
random.
is you'd kind of, to know the words, you'd kind of have to know the spoilers.
No, the spoilers, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was insane. I couldn't believe it. But luckily there was nothing like that this time around. Like either people didn't give a fuck, or they like whatever controversy. I can't even remember the controversy of the first one.
Yeah, I'm actually going in with like lower expectations than I would have if I saw it day one, just because like I don't know any of the spoiler content, but I know people either love it or hate it. So I'm like, well, that's cool. I guess I'll go see.
I was yeah. I won't say anything because that whole thing was just like whoa, but yeah. Well, Sheepdog. Hello, mate. How you doing? How's your week been?
Good day.
I see you've shortened your the old beer tickler.
My hair, yeah.
Yeah.
I decided to shave my head.
You got rid of those garlish eyebrows that you had previously. Yeah.
You know what's weird is
It looks a lot better with two eyebrows rather than like the unibrow that you used to have.
I don't like doing any style of what's it called, personal grooming, which is why I had the beard in the first place. But no, what happened was I went in to get my beard done and my head shaved, and the woman who was doing my hair was like, she went nuts on me. She literally was like trimming my eyebrows, and I pointed out to her that I had an entire beard face because I had a little bit of hair that went up here and connected to my eyebrows. And then I had the monobrow as well, so I had like a face mask of hair that just went around like this.
Wait, she pointed that out to you, or you pointed that out to her?
I pointed it out to her. Yeah, I was really trying to get in bed with her. I've heard women like very hairy face mask men.
Yeah, it's nothing. There's nothing I love more than just like kissing a dog face.
Yeah. I mean, Teen Wolf is a thing nowadays. They brought it back. Although apparently
I'm on Team Edward, and then he just
that's Twilight. That's completely different. Come on now.
People
They
still
turn
like
into
Twilight, right?
wolves. No one likes Twilight. What are we talking about? Star
Your
Wars.
face.
I have played a game.
Oh yeah, what'd you play?
Battlestar Galactica: Deadlock.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
It is a turn-based game.
Okay.
Where you play Battlestar Galactica, basically.
Like the board game?
No, just the proper full-on, like, you fly ships
story?
about.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. Well, it's not really the story. It's set back in the worlds after Galactica goes away.
I never finished Battlestar Galactica. It got too fucking boring and repetitive.
It's. I really wanted to like it.
Oh no, the first couple of seasons was just like, fuck yeah, man, get me on board. And then it was just like, oh, they're having the same fucking problems again? Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
It's one of those shows that's really easy to enjoy and then really easy to drop.
Oh, yeah.
Just like I saw it, but I stopped watching and I didn't care.
So, we need to have a chat about this pretty soon, shit, because I had someone in the chat come in the other day. He's like, "Oh yeah, you play tabletop games? I really love Warhammer." And I was like, "Oh yeah."
Cool. I mean, that's miniature wargaming more than. I mean, it's tabletop, but it's not really.
But yeah, I mean, like we got to talking about Void Barons, and was like, maybe we should bring that back. Maybe we should bring that back. So, we'll talk. 2018, the return of Void Barons, where everyone died, but everyone comes back. So,
I mean,
why not?
We wouldn't bring back the same characters.
No.
If I was doing Void Barons 2, it would be a new crew, a new ship, and a new story.
I mean, lightning in a bottle, right? Well, lightning in a bottle.
It's hard to replicate what happened in Void Barons. It was mostly me going, yeah, sure, you can totally have a sex slave that is the captain's doppelganger. Which happened. Nothing to do with me. Yeah, sure, you can crush up 100 cows into tiny cow cubes and then feed them to one of your crew members / players who was a mutating lizard person. Nothing to do with me. That was all the players.
Yeah.
That makes total sense,
Oh, man. Void Barons was a good time.
Yeah.
We'll have to get that crew back together, though. Like, we can't do it without them. Yeah. Nullspeak, what up? How you doing? How's your week been?
Hey, good. Hurtling towards the holiday milestone on Secret Horror Game and playing the shit out of Divinity Original Sin 2 co-op.
Really?
With a good friend of mine. Yeah. We are playing slowly, but we're killing fucking everybody, and it is great.
So, have you ran into the same problem that I had with Divinity Original Sin 2, which was, what the fuck do I do to get experience points? I had that problem playing that game. I was just like, okay, so this encounter's too hard for me, so I have to go ahead, find something I can kill, level up like once, and then come back and kill that thing that I missed. Like, are you running into that at all? Like, the first act is so fucking just like...
I had a glib answer, but I'll qualify it. Like, we are running into part of that problem, which is that if you walk the wrong direction, you will find something that will just turn you into nuclear glass.
Yep. But
our winning plan for sort of financial success and character growth is to talk to people, learn what they want, do what they wanted, get that experience, and then murder them. And it goes very, very well. Because if you are willing to get into the fight with the guards or whatever, like, leveling opportunities are everywhere.
Yeah.
And so it's just, you have to be okay with losing content. You have to be okay with just like, yep, but this part of the game is gone to us now, because the game is okay with it. So I'm not having the experience that I did with the first game, where I actually got invested in anything that was going on. It's very kind of like a dream that occasionally goes into, everybody's killing me. We're now let's loot them.
Yeah, the first game for me was Petty Theft Simulator. At least the first act was Petty Theft Simulator. I played an entire team of skeletons in solo player by myself, which meant a couple things. First, poison was great. You could just walk around in it and fucking drink that shit up. But later on in the game, it just got to the point where it's just like, okay, everyone's healing me now. This sucks.
Yeah, we're doing that. It's 3 out of 4 of us are undead misanthropes, and we just blanket the world in poison. And later on, you can get spells that turn the surfaces that they put under you into poison. Mm-hmm. So as long as you're willing to batch convert it into something that would be bad for a living person, it ends up being a win.
Any fire anywhere
it's
though.
good.
Any fire anywhere. And your day is over. Like, be like, oh, I'm just gonna turn all of this blood into poison. Everyone dies, and you're just like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. We still spend a lot of time going, fuck you. That line of sight was just fine. Fuck you. We just,
Yeah.
you know, like save scumming it when something that looks like it's supposed to connect doesn't. But I strongly recommend it because the quick loading is so fast that you're not going to play another cooperative tactical like this ever. And I think weirdly, like if you're playing it with a buddy too, you can kind of commiserate over the stuff that went wrong. And it makes it a little less of a lonely purgatorial trip.
It doesn't end XCOM fuck you as hard.
No, they don't. Partially because unlike XCOM, it's not like 99%. Oh shit! I'm sorry, you still missed. Like the misses are much more rare than XCOM.
Bigger swings, yeah. Well, Doc Gast, what up, sir? How you doing?
Yo. How's it going? Sorry, I just had my mind blown.
Okay, why?
So I was just scrolling through and I saw the picture and it was like, wait, and it's applicable. So the actor that played the hunter in Jumanji also played Peter's dad.
Peter Quill?
In the past.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Didn't you know
I didn't
that?
know. I didn't realize. I've just seen it and went, holy shit! The makeup department were fucking brilliant.
It's supposed to be a polar opposite of Peter's dad, so that because that's the man that kind of raised him in the wilds because it was hunting him his entire life.
Yeah. Sorry.
How did you not know that? What the fuck?
I mean, it's been a couple of weeks since I've seen Jumanji. All right.
It's been a couple of weeks. It's weird that when you said it's Peter's dad, I thought, oh, what, Peter Quill? Like Star-Lord? Okay.
Peter from the Hunger Games?
I think that was his name, wasn't it? Peter? The
yeah,
kid
no,
that
it was
to
Peter.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, it was.
Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
in case you weren't aware, we were talking about Jumanji before the game started. So.
Yeah. The new Jumanji. The better Jumanji.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm assuming.
Yeah. Did you see the little song that Jack Black did?
Oh, he needs to make more music. God damn it.
He did a Jumanji theme song.
Really? Is it like the Ghostbusters theme song?
It's a work of art.
Oh, okay, cool. Good.
It's good shit.
Hmm.
Anyway,
right.
I haven't been up to shit since we last spoke, so let's get on with it.
Okay, before we get started though, guys, just want to make everyone aware that the voting has been closed for the next fan party game. We will be playing Stars Without Number. We're probably going to play the new one because it seems interesting, but I have such fucking muscle memory for the old version of Stars Without Number that I might make terrible mistakes. So we'll see how we go. But I'm aiming to do V2 of Stars Without Number. I don't think it's officially out yet, but I'm pretty sure there's beta content floating around for it, so should be interesting. So if you're interested in playing in the January 6th fan party game, head on over to the Discord, which is !Discord in the chat, and go to the actual fan party group on the Discord channel and go there and talk about it, because we're probably going to have one table of 4, and if there is more, because I know it was a very popular request to play Stars Without Number for some fucking reason. We will have more tables going up as the need arises. So, anyway, guys,
Could it be that people want to play Stars Without Numbers because there's no option for Rogue Trader?
No.
Because I know you're not going to do Rogue Trader.
I'm never going to run Rogue Trader. I'm never going to run the Rogue Trader.
I would love to see you run Rogue Trader because there are like you've seen the rule book. There are a fuck ton of rules that you need to learn for like just the most random of, it's like what happens if I throw a grenade and it bounces off a wall and then a space marine comes and headbutts it. And
Well, here's the thing: if it's me GMing it, I just make a decision and go with it. If it's
Yeah,
you GMing it, it's like, well, let me look at the rules for 25 minutes while the group talks about space genitals. So anyway, so
A
hey,
Rogue
guys,
Trader campaign called Space Calculus and Genitals.
yeah, I'll play that.
pretty much what Void Barons was.
Just like a whole bunch of like mathematicians in space, but also penises. Ah, shit. Anyways, guys, last time we played, some shit went down, but before we get started on that, let's talk about experience expenditures. Does anyone have anything they'd like to buy?
Possibly.
Yeah?
Possibly.
I know you all just made like huge purchases last time, so I doubt there's anything
I
there.
didn't. I was thinking about increasing something. And I think... God damn it. I can't remember what I was going to go for now.
Well, I know there was some stuff for your side character, which will be coming back pretty soon.
Ooh. Maybe I'll just save it till Woodbury's back and then I'll decide what I want to do.
Okay. Anyone else?
With that.
No?
I'm going to put a point in survival, bringing it from 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Goes to 3.
so it's times 4, right? With base stats, primary attribute.
5 times 5.
Times 5. So if I want to go from 1 to 2, it's 10,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the expensive one. That's the
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to raise my dex.
from
to-
what to 2.
Yeah.
How? Okay.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
His arthritis just magically cleared up.
Got himself another
Yeah.
cane. He's got 2 of them now.
Are you going to ask how have I been fighting and not dying with 2?
Body, I assume.
Yeah. I have 4 body. My defense is now 6 instead of 5.
I'm just looking at what else you get from dexterity.
Any dex-related skills, I guess.
So your move would go up.
Yeah, so it's defense and it's initiative And
Yep.
it's move.
Initiative, defense, and move all go up by 1.
go up by
I
1.
did.
Mm-hmm.
I did like having lower initiative. It seemed fitting.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can always just not do anything.
I mean, the other thing I was thinking,
You could choose to act last in combat, couldn't you? Like you could hold your action. Is that a thing in this?
I believe so.
Or I'm just going out on a limb here. You could choose to punch things when you have a perfectly acceptable sword.
headbutt. Thank you very much. I believe I headbutted that Nazi.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay, I'm gonna change that actually.
oh yeah.
It makes more sense to do this. I'm going to change. I'm not going to take that dex. I'm going to take another in strength.
Really, what's your strength?
4 now.
So you're going to spend
20.
20 points to take your strength up higher.
Yeah.
Okay, well that'll increase your damage, but it won't make it easier to hit. So.
I have a plan.
Okay, you're gonna buy a trade or something like that?
In the future, yes.
So that's like what is that?
Oh no, Graham's here in spirit. Don't worry about it. You just gotta don't worry about it.
Oh, that's my favorite thing about grammar is like, don't worry about it. It's like, I mean, how can
Strangely
I
enough,
not?
strength doesn't actually boost any of your secondary attributes.
No, it
oh no,
doesn't.
wait, it doesn't. It increases your move. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you know,
so
move is like, you know, it's a theoretical.
Completely irrelevant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I can't think of one role-playing game where theater of the mind, like movement allowance, is a thing that ever.
I think
comes up.
it's the sort of thing that really applies when you've got like someone's drawn out a grid map and they've got like
Oh, yeah,
little
the moment
walls
tokens-
and shit. It's like that is when that is really cool, and you appreciate having that stat. But we don't need it.
No, yeah. Whenever you play like Dungeons and Dragons, and you actually have like miniatures or like tokens or whatever, sure, absolutely. That's when movement comes into play. But if it's just like a GM's like, yeah, it's about 50 feet away from you. How far can you move? 35 feet. Okay, so it never makes any sense. It doesn't take into account anything. So you might as well not have it. But, yeah.
Increase to the strength would add 1 to my attack, right? On my.
If you look at your weapon attacks, right? So sword should be like strength divided by 2 plus X, right?
Yeah.
So increasing it by a division of 2 means that you get 1 more attack on a weapon. So for every 2 strength you put into something, you get more damage, basically. I know there's something in here to do with strength. Use strength as with a specific combat skill. So strong attack. You got that right?
Strong attack.
Yeah, use strength with a specific combat skill. So let me look that up.
Yeah, it's very pulpy. That's one thing I like about the system is they're like, sure, you can change if you want to spend 15 points, you can change your attack stat to be whatever your favorite stat is.
Oh, that's right.
You can do it too.
Yeah. I wanna. Can I undo that change to my survival? I remember now what I was supposed to be buying.
No, it's done. No, of course. What do you?
Cool. I need to find where exactly it is so that I can make sure I can get it right now.
What the fuck? You can use strong. You can make a strength firearm skill.
No. You'll see it specifically says like the physical combat skills for that.
No, it literally says your character uses this as a spend benefit. Your character uses strength rating as his base attribute for a specific combat skill, such as archery or firearms.
Oh, really?
Designate one when you take this talent.
Okay.
So you could theoretically make it so that if you have a lot of strength, you could just say that, you're really good with pistols because you have like Superman muscles.
It could be like the Rainbow Six. Like I think it was Rainbow Six on the N64. When you saw the other character shoot a pistol, they actually went like, bah! It's like punch and shoot. Your strength actually adds to the velocity of the bullet.
Yeah, you throw your gun through the air before you shoot it.
What does a new talent cost?
15.
Right, that's what I'm saving up for.
And what are you buying?
Finesse attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use dexterity with any combat skill. So I'm going to do finesse brawl. It's going to be like Krav Maga style. Not so much about, rough and tumble, more like just quickly break your arm and get it over with.
You like the chef?
I'm the cook.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, like fucking hell. Like I don't see you as being like particularly agile, but because your dex is stupid high, it just like.
Well, that's what I was thinking. That it's got to be something where, because it makes sense for me to get that skill, but how would I make it make sense as in character? And I was thinking like Krav Maga, it's just a quick sudden action that breaks a bone or kills a person. That's all it's about. And that makes sense. Something like that. I don't think Krav Maga exists at the time, but maybe he's like
we get a flashback where like you got trapped in the Himalayan mountains for like months and you just learnt this fucking martial art.
I remember. I know how to fight.
Yeah.
No, it's pulp, so it's jingoistic. He taught them his own personal style, and that became.
He whitewashed the fucking monks and taught them kung fu.
He defended the wall of China.
Yeah.
From aliens using magnets.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that a reference to something I'm not aware of? Yeah. All right. Good. Anyways, guys,
it's a movie called The Wall.
Okay, let's get started. Last time we played this game, crew of adventurers, gentlemanly adventurers, went into the mountains following. I forget his name now. Biscus. There we go. He took them to his tribe. Oh wait, something important happened. They ditched Jessica.
I mean, technically, she walked away from us.
she didn't want to die. So
Bad, Jessica.
yeah. So the crew made a executive decision, especially after the fact that she would not willingly submit to a lie detector test. I guess like emotionally submit to a lie detector test. Like she was willing to do it, but like not willing to answer dumb questions. It's a weird. It's a weird one, but
She was too proud.
she was too proud, too egotistical. Yeah. So she walked away from the group. They followed Biscus to his home village, where they met. Oh God, Sir. I have his name, Sir
Nigel Smith Sterling.
Smith Sterling. That's it. Yeah. And he basically is a replica of Sir Charles Abernathy. Why do I keep calling it Abernathy? Anyway, Abernathy. Except significantly shorter. Dwarfism.
I kind of imagined him as Hank's dad from King of the Hill. He's just got no shins.
That's not far off. But yeah, so that's pretty much where we left off. The party split. They heard tale of a group of the villagers, tribesmen that got attacked by a monster down by the river, and two of the party decided it would be a good idea to investigate. Failing a stealth roll, they are now covered by the sun has been blocked for the first time since they've been here, and they are only just now looking up. But we are going to actually start off with Gideon and Jackson inside of the village. What are you guys doing?
I'm still trying to learn from Biscus.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea that he's, in order for you guys to facilitate conversation, I guess. Where did we leave you off? You're just at 7 successes of 8,
Yeah.
right? Before you get to tier 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and make another roll real quick.
Oh, sweet. I thought I was going to have to do some role playing before I got this yet.
Nah, I think enough time has passed. But
What was the difficulty again? Is it standard or is this?
it's 8 difficulty 8, and this is
Well, yeah. And now you're using the pincher technique of trying to learn how they speak and the old man's technique of forcing them to behave in the same way
Yeah.
that you do with offensive grunts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you need 15 total successes in order to get fluent. Wow. That 2
All right.
successes. So that puts you at 9.
9.
Which allows you to have, I guess actual conversations with the man rather than it being like.
Yeah, it's conversational, but we're not going to like discuss philosophy or any shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is good because it allows me to do this, which is what I wanted to do. So Biscus, as part of your effort to understand him, takes you around the town, and he sort of shows you things, show how they live, and what's going on in the town. And right now there is some sort of like, I guess what can only be described as like a play or some sort of form of scripted entertainment that the townsfolk are watching and participating in. So there's a man dressed in a what can only be described as like an eagle's outfit, just and he's flapping his wings, and there's two other men dressed up in like over the top, like very over the top warriors gear. So we're talking like headdresses and fake spears or like sticks with no points at the end, and they're attempting to take down this bird. And the narrator is saying something along the lines of like honored tradition of taking down the feather demon, and those who accomplish a task of this nature are regarded as some of the strongest warriors within the village. One of them, the feather demon, is known for its incredibly vicious nature, and a trophy of the actual demon itself, its skull, is worn on the leader of the village's head. Bringing back the skull of a feather demon is almost considered, your submission to be the chieftain of this village, and the surrounding tribes also respect warriors who manage to take down such a prey. However, many lives have been lost attempting such a feat, as not everyone is fit to be chieftain, and not everyone is fit to take down the feather demon. And with that, we sideswipe over to our two companions as a giant eagle descends and lands a ways away from you and screeches in your direction. I'm not gonna. There's no sonic attack, but imagine for a second that this thing is incredibly loud and almost ear piercing. This screech. It's not like you'll lose concentration or nothing, but to most people, it would be enough to have them turn tail and run. And maybe for a second, when this bird does this, you get the feeling that you should run, but it's almost like that's what it wants you to do so it can chase you in some way, but you two are basically like you just like basically, what are you two doing? You're like in a bush, almost laying down when this bird sort of attacked you, or as threatened you. What's the plan?
Yeah.
So
Right.
imagine like a griffin sized thing. Like it's probably like the size of like a very big lion. A lot bigger than that. Like if you guys are size 0, right, on the scale.
Are we talking like the Hobbit, the giant eagles?
Yeah, maybe. But so in the book, you guys are size 0, right? This is size -4 in how easy it is to hit. Like you guys will get a +4 every single time that you want to attack this thing just because of how fucking large it is. And it'll take a -4 to hit you because of how small you are compared to it. It's fucking enormous. It's like it's probably top of the food chain in this area. As you'd expect, all life in this area, including dinosaurs and stuff like that, have just gone. Now, if there's any life beforehand.
Right. Well, I'll distract it, and you shoot it.
I was going to say I may need a moment, Charles. Please
Do you
do.
need to go to the bathroom?
No, already did.
Oh.
Took care of that.
Good. Well, let me know when you're ready. And I just crouch down on my haunches.
It starts to rear its back in the air, and it starts to sprint towards the both of you.
Yep, no, not enough time.
Let's get an initiative going. Yeah.
There we go. That's what I was waiting for.
You're waiting for it to attack us?
For the initiative roll.
Mm-hmm.
6? Fuck, that's not bad for me. I think that's the best initiative roll I've ever done.
Out of 2!
All right. Man, that's a lot of trash rolls right there, Dave. Okay. All right. So, what you guys are facing right now is a mythological thing called the Rock. And I'll read this for you guys because, you're men of adventure and esteem, and it's more sense that you guys. It's more fun that you guys know what this is than if you don't. Let's see here. So, the Rock was only known in myth and tales as a 1001 from 1001 Nights and Sinbad the Sailor. There were some recorded sightings as early as the 8th century, as late as the 16th century in the Middle East. As the story goes, a rock is a gigantic white bird capable of grasping, lifting, and eating an elephant. Here in the Hollow Earth, the story is a reality. With the wingspan dwarfing a sailing ship, the Rock rides on top of some of the highest peaks in Hollow Earth, preying on the creatures residing in the valleys and plains below. While larger creatures such as woolly mammoths and are its preferred meal, it's known to dine on human-sized morsels. Once secure, the Rock flies its prey to its gigantic nest to feed it to its young or itself. Rock are always found in solitary except for mates, which they do for life. Typically, rocks lay one egg, but can sometimes lay two. The egg hatches within 4 weeks of being laid and is ravenously hungry, and is definitely capable of fielding on prey of its parents' beings. The parents bring. Sorry. The feathers of the rocks are highly prized by many native tribes. They are used for anything from fans to the tribal chief badges of courage for the warrior brave enough to climb to the rock's nest. So this thing is enormous.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to point out that if 2 rocks only on average lay 1 egg, this species is fucked. Just saying.
1 or 2 eggs.
Mathematically.
Yeah.
It's you know, and them's the facts. My immersion has been ruined. I've been just pulled right out of the game.
It only takes 4 weeks for an egg to hatch, though. So, you know, they can make more. Hide. That's the other one. All right. So we've got 3, we've got 2, and we've got 6. Okay. Hide. This creature is like running at you full speed.
That's cool. I'm gonna take aim.
Okay, so wait, let me just look at this real quick. I think I got this all mucked up real quick. Doesn't have a size rating. The only thing looking at this, the only thing that the size actually takes in effect, like its weapons get a -4 to hit because of how large it is, but and its stealth takes a -4 as well, but everything else doesn't seem to have a -4 on it. I'm just going to look this up real quick because I don't know if you get a +4 on this or not. That's what I need to work out. For some reason, I'm remembering it being like that, but it'd be under A for attack. I hate this how the index in this game is like oh, you want everything to do with attack? You look under A. Okay, 46.
Meanwhile, Francis and Gideon are like in a montage where we're reorganizing the terrible library made out of leaves and mud and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a high five at the end where we have it in alphabetical order.
Don't these savages know the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah. What is your body strength?
Did you say it was a size 4?
Yeah. So it's -4 to attack and defense, and it gets +4 health. So yeah, it's
It also weighs between 10 and 50 tons.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's enormous. It can pick up an elephant and fly it up to the top of a mountain. So,
Yeah, the example they give is T-Rex.
Yep. Okay, so I guess they do get a -4. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. Cool. Go ahead. What are you doing?
No, I'm like actually taking aim.
You going to take aim? Okay.
Yep. So
Uh,
I get a +2 bonus on my next defense attack roll. I can only use passive defense, and if I take damage between now and firing, I lose the bonus.
Yes. Okay. Well, the rock is going to literally. So if a normal person's move is like 3, the rock has a move of 12. So it definitely catches up to you. And it's going to attempt to claw and pick you up at the same time.
Me?
No, hide. Well, you're both in the same area. Let's roll a 1d2 and see what happens.
I would have been.
Yeah, but you say that, and the initiative order says you haven't done it.
Yeah, I mean, if you came first in the initiative, I'm sure he'd give it to you. But
I was like, yeah, I'm ready, let's go. And you were like, no, wait. I was going to charge.
no, that was me saying, good, you go in because I need time to take aim.
All right, so 1 will be Doc, 2 will be Sheepy. All right, there you go. All right, Doc, give me a defense, please. This will be with a +4.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, you don't get a +4. I get a -4 on my attack.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah,
how
because
that
I'm
works.
so much smaller than you is how that works, right?
Yes, that's it.
So modifier 0, difficulty 5.
Alright.
That's not great.
Ew.
Yeah, it still rolls 14 dice regardless. With a -4.
Actually, wait. No, that should have been -5 on my roll. Fuck, I screwed that up.
Why is it -5?
Because I don't get my dex. I only get my body rating.
Oh, look, it doesn't matter. You've been picked up anyway. Oh, well, okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, I'm all dex.
Wow. Yeah, you're like the opposite of Sheep. Who's all strength. Okay, yeah. Well, take 7 lethal damage. For me, please.
That puts me at 0.
Okay. Well, since you're unconscious, it will pick you up. And it will fly off.
Charles, action.
It will start to fly off. I will give you that much. Charles, if you want to latch on, do anything, try and grapple him out of the claws, whatever you'd like to do. Tag it somehow.
I will grab hide.
Okay. So its claws are wrapped around his, I guess, abdomen, like chest area, and it's just 1 claw. So it's like a bird claw with 3 claws on it. You're gonna need a tremendous amount of strength to get this out, but let's see what happens. So this will be
Doc, are you out of style points, man? Because you can soak and stay awake.
I can't I? How does that work? I can't remember
it's
what
soak is, I think, right here. Let's see. Damage reduction 2 points to reduce damage by 1. So 2 style points for 1.
So if I reduce that, I stay at 1 hit point and I'm still awake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm definitely going to spend 2 star points to not be unconscious.
Okay. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't take a shot at this thing, to be honest with you, man. When you had the chance.
Well, I was hoping Charles would get in the way and I would have time to take aim and actually do some more decent damage than usual.
All right.
It's got to be 1 shot. All right. It's hide. Up until now, everything he shot has died in the first hit.
I'm not sure this time it's gonna.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, Charles.
So what's happened to Hyde? Is he still grappled? Is he like?
Well, the style points state that he probably wakes up in the mid grapple and then pulls himself free. I would say more than anything else because it's stylistic that way. So the thing clawed you and it starts to flap off, but you just sort of like pull yourself free, Doc. Hyde. You snap awake, you had like a micro sleep or something like that,
I can imagine when it grabbed me, it kind of slammed me into the ground, and I kind of everything faded for a moment.
Yeah, you blacked out for like half a second, and then you just
Yeah.
snap back to reality and pull yourself free of the claws of this beast. You're bloodied. You're super fucked up. There's like your clothes are all ripped, and yeah.
So I think I'm also stunned.
We're not really playing with the stun rules because it's fucking insane, the stun rules. So
Are you sure? Because I mean, I have a stun rating of 3, and I just took 6 damage. So I've
like
definitely
the
gone
least
over
pulpy
it.
thing in the rules by far. It's like
yeah.
super, nerdy. Like, oh, but now you can't do anything for 500 rounds.
Yeah, it's like playing Cyberpunk. I don't think it's necessary to tell a pulpy story in this game.
Okay.
You guys are now aware what type of creatures there are. This is not like a super powerful creature either. Like the Rock is not like a T-Rex is stronger than this sort of thing. So like, yeah. But there is things out there that do a lot of damage. We'll just see how you guys go with this. So, yeah, you're not stunned. We're not gonna do
I
stun.
mean, it's going pretty good so far.
Yeah, because there are things in this game, and I made this decision early on after reading it because I think Noel, you wanted to take some stun related talents, right?
Yeah, I was gonna be like basically my character would be fully useless after taking a single hit unless I took this talent that allows you to add your willpower or something, or you replace a certain stat with willpower. It basically just means that, like, if you don't want to have the least fun element of combat RPGs, which is to lose your entire turn, possibly more than one, you have to invest in these feats. Or talents rather.
Yeah.
So I asked you about it, and you were like, "Yep, that's not very pulpy."
Yeah, it's not very pulpy. Yeah. And I'm okay ripping shit out of this game because, to be fair, it used to be a 50-50 chance whether or not you'd hit in this game, like every single time. So I'm glad it's different now. But Charles, it's your turn, man. What would you like to do?
I will draw my sword.
On guard. Yep.
I will walk towards the foul beast. I will take an attack position, and I will thrust.
All right. Go ahead for me, please. Roll an attack.
4 modifier, right?
Yeah. So you get a +4 to hit this thing because it is impossible. It's like hitting a fucking building with a sword. You're that close to this thing right now. All right.
9.
So 9 damage. All right. Let's see here. I like the stats that I have for this thing. I just want to check if it's already got the -4 on its defense taken away. So, okay. Let's see, defense is body plus dexterity. Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah. It does already have it removed. Otherwise, it would have 12 defense dice, and it only has 8, so yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, so you cut this thing, and you do 2 damage to it.
I also insult its parentage.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So hide. You're at 1 HP, is what you said? 1. Okay. Yep. So you still don't have negatives and stuff. So that's fine. Wait, wasn't one of you supposed to take Die Hard? Was that you, Noel, that was looking at Die Hard or something like that?
Yeah, but also, yeah, exactly. Sheep too.
Maybe that's what you were buying, sheep, instead of buying that talent. I can't remember if that's what you were working on.
It's what I was thinking about taking. I decided to get my strength up because I can up a few skills with that as well.
Yeah, so in case everyone playing at home was wondering, Die Hard in this game basically means when you fall unconscious in this game, when you hit 0 wounds, you can go to I think it's -3 before you bleed out and die. I'm pretty sure. Die Hard means that you can go to -7 or something like that, and
I think the first one.
And -7, and you don't go unconscious when you hit 0. In fact, you stay alive. have a negative.
You just keep going until you are actually dead.
Yeah, and you just take a negative to everything you do. So if you're at -3 HP and -7 is death, anything you do will be -3 on your roll, and I think you get half move or something like that when you're getting bloodied. Yeah. But other than that, it like Die Hard is fucking strong. Like it's a strong talent, especially if you're getting fucked up all the time and you have a lot of health. Like it's yeah. So all right, so it takes 2 damage. So okay. Mm-hmm.
Your mother was a turkey.
Speaking about turkey, hide.
Okay, so
Too
I'm
close to
seeing
do
Hyde
damage.
is still laying on his chest because he just like got slammed and then dropped, and he's kind of catching his breath.
Yep.
He's still holding his rifle.
So you would spend. So the way that this works is, if you want to stand up, you need to spend, I think, your action doing that.
Is it my action or my movement?
I'm pretty sure it's your action. Let me just check though. Which is why there are abilities in this game.
It requires you to give up your attack for the round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Don't worry, I've got this.
So if you would like to stand up, you can.
Can he fire?
Yeah.
From sitting down?
I was thinking I could just fire from prone, right?
You could roll over and shoot into its stomach. Yeah. I think is it the rifle that gets the difficulty added to it when you shoot from close, or is it the? I know the blunderbuss wouldn't have a problem with that.
No, the blunderbuss gets a bonus from shooting at a moderate distance, but the rifle doesn't have any near or far. I think if I had the scope on it, it does. If I remember correctly, you can buy a scope that like increases the max range, but makes it harder in close range.
I know there's something in here that's like that. I don't know what I'm thinking of. You got the. Okay. Okay, no, it's fine. Yeah, seems fine to me. Yeah, it's a flintlock that you have, yeah.
Yep.
Just making sure, because you've never shot it like close range, right? I'm assuming you're going to use the blunderbuss. What are you using the rifle beforehand?
I was. The rifle is his standard go-to weapon.
Do you have any traits for swapping weapons?
No.
Okay, so you would have to spend your turn swapping your weapon then.
Yeah, the blunderbuss comes out when there's a group of enemies that he wants to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Or a train that needs a hole in it.
Yeah. Okay. Whereas... that's modern. Wait, where's the old weapons? Oh, black powder. There we go. Okay, doesn't say anything about it. So you can shoot at close range.
Okay, so...
You don't get your aim assist that you spent your round doing.
Yeah, I lost that because I took damage.
But you did get a +4 from attacking it, so...
Yeah. Alright, so I want to roll onto my back.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Shoot up.
What was it?
Shoot
There's like
up.
chickens on the menu, Charles. And then I'm going to spend 5 style points.
Oh shit, and get like 5 extra dice?
Yep.
Damn, okay, so hold up. You can't just say, I'm spending 5 style points. What are you doing that's so stylish, aside from saying a line that makes
It's standing right over me.
Like, do we get like a...
I'm just going to like roll and then push the barrel up into its bird chest.
Give me an idea of the camera angles that's happening in this movie right now. Like...
Okay, so maybe it's like the camera is at my feet as I'm laying on my back, but it's upside down. And as I roll over, the camera flips with me. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's attached to my feet and the whole scene changes and you just see like the rifle come up and the tip of the barrel is pressed right against the bird's chest.
Chicken on the menu. Okay. Go ahead, make this roll. So you get a +9, I guess.
Yeah.
Man.
And I roll at a difficulty 4.
25 dice.
Bye, bird. 16.
Probably not. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
We'll see.
see.
Oh, it's got 8 defense, so we'll see how it goes.
Here's like the patented slow-mo hide shot.
So that's 10.
All right. Okay. So it's not dead.
Has a hole in it.
Does it at least look scared?
It recoils in pain. Absolutely. And on its turn, it's going to take flight. And the wind pressure from it flapping its wings on top of both of you is enough to like push you both onto the ground. Maybe not Charles. Like you'd
Can
be.
I?
Mhm.
Can I spend a couple of style points to grab it and mount it?
If it was
go
your
with-
turn.
Go with it.
If it was your turn, absolutely. But because it's not your turn, this isn't Shadowrun Anarchy. Thank you very much. You can't just take your turn whenever you want.
I don't really want to take my turn. It's more for I want to follow it and go with it.
If you said last turn that you wanted to do it, absolutely. But
Okay, fair enough. Fair
yeah.
enough.
But no, you'll have an opportunity to follow it because it is bleeding and stuff. So it's not like you'll lose it. But yeah, it'll take flight. Its wing beating will push you, like the actual force of the wings will push you down, and it will fly towards the mountaintop, the Eagle mountaintop, basically. And its movement allowance of 12 means that it can go quite far. Doc, if you wanted to shoot it, it would be a difficult shot. Let's see. What is your range on yours?
100 yards.
Okay.
I think it's yards.
100.
Don't know.
Like
It's just 100. Range 100.
That's it? All right.
100 feet
Feet?
that's the optimal range. When you start shooting out of that range, you start suffering negatives.
So it's definitely more than 400. Wait, hang on. What's the math to that? Oh, okay. So it's definitely more than 130 meters away from you now. The thing is fucking enormous and its wingspan is huge. But you can, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a -10 dice extreme range weapon shot. If you wanted to attempt it.
I mean, I've got to try it. At the very least, I might feel better about this whole situation. All right, so -10. I think it'd be like Hyde kind of just like stumbles to his feet and he's like, "It's fucking flying away!" Bang.
Yeah, -10. The extreme range is 4 times, which is. But I'm doing this because I want to see you kill this thing from a distance. It's like it falls out of the sky and just creates like
it's like this big dramatic event, and then in the end, it's just like flying away, and then there's a puff of feathers, and it just falls.
Yeah.
It's like
All right.
stock footage of a duck hunt.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah. No. You miss. Good try though. Good try. Actually, thinking about it, I probably could have got an extra attack in there. But its motivation is survival, so probably not. Right.
If it got that badly injured, like just shock boom,
Yeah.
it probably.
If nothing else, it might have just been startled. They startle easy, but they'll come back.
In greater number. Yeah. So yeah, you guys successfully fended off a rock.
I'm chasing it.
You chasing it? Okay.
Chasing
Its flight speed is far too high for you to like catch up to it on foot, but you can track it very easily. It is bleeding. and it is leaving a trail of blood. Well, we'll take a tracking roll to do it, but yeah. And the direction it was flying is towards the eagle-headed rock thing. So
Okay.
I'm imagining it carved that rock itself.
it's more of a natural formation. It's not like it's like a fucking sculpture or nothing. It just happens to look like it's like Prad rock, you know, like.
I mean, if it's going so fast and it's going so far that it's completely out of sight, and Charles isn't gonna try and track it or follow. He was just chasing it until it's out of sight.
Yeah, you run towards the trees and then you realize you can't see it anymore, basically.
Okay.
Right. But yeah, Hyde, you're completely fucked up.
Yeah. So Hyde's probably leaning on his rifle, something he would normally never do.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna like look at Charles, be like, "I told you, I needed a moment."
Yes, I waited for you.
I could kill you right now.
No, you couldn't. I could blow on you and you'd fall over.
And I fall over. Just,
Alright.
just at him saying that, he slips in the mud.
And then I sigh, I crouch down, pick up his leg, and start dragging him back
Just like by the boot.
by the boot.
All right.
Come on, old chap. Let's take you to the doctor.
So yeah, Gideon, what are you doing over in the village right now?
I believe the answer is waking up and saying
That's
something.
right, you were
to-
sleeping. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forget now. Yeah.
saying something to Francis like, I think we were going to pursue the servant of that fellow, right? He was abducted by some beast. like to me, the plan has just begun.
Like waking up from surgery and you're still counting backwards. You're like 5, 4.
Yeah. And what I will do, like if I actually is Francis, I imagine you were not. You're probably off practicing language, right? Like this whole time, I've been passed out, like at least for a REM cycle.
I was at the drama, like the
Play thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I don't see him,
Yeah, you wake up to an empty home, basically.
my background goal, as stated last time, is looking for any art, carvings, paintings, etc., that depict the relationship between these people and Atlantis, if it exists. Mm-hmm. But that's only, I recognize that's a long shot. So that's a background. My foreground goal is I'm going to go look for their infirmary. I have the sort of strange guilt that I owe Dejarius an arm. And so I'm going to go see if I can find anybody who's laid up in the hospital with any kind of wound that is incurable. So I'm just going to go see, like, well, how do they treat their patients?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, let's make an investigation roll, I guess. Since the language is not really a thing, and it's not like they have a plus symbol somewhere, and you're just like, oh, there it is, So you're probably looking for some sort of voodoo man or witch doctor, or maybe something like even more removed than that. But let's get investigation difficulty 6, I guess.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 3 successes, not bad. Yeah, you walk around the town. As mentioned before, most of the townsfolk are at the weekly entertainment, whatever you want to call it, the show. But you do manage to find like one of the only females probably you've seen in the actual tribe itself, which is surprising. There are like a lot of older women in the tribe, like elderly, but nothing really like young adult age. And she's over there with like a bunch of mortar and pestles, and basically just like scraping together leaves and salts and stuff like that, and making almost like paste.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't really, I was looking for more of a people who are actively being cared for, who are comatose, that kind of thing. Like that, I don't speak this language, and it's unlikely that I'm going to be able to find a donor unless there is somebody who's already kind of on their deathbed.
Yeah.
So,
with a success though, you do watch her for a bit of time, and she does go inside like a dwelling that they have. And if you listen close enough, you do hear like moans, basically, like not like those sorts of moans, but the moans of an injured man. As you do recall, they did manage to bring back some people from their recent attack on the cannibals, so there is one survivor within this town outside of the tribe men that brought you back, Hibiscus. So,
okay. I make a mental note of the hut in which that patient resides, and to pass on to Dejarius when I see him again. Like, okay, you could save a man's life, or just wait, and I'll go looking for Francis.
Yeah, so I guess you find Francis at the play. Yeah, the play continued from where it left off, basically showing like a group of tribesmen like planning to take down the Feather Devil, and the plan that they have is to like climb up into its nest and basically attack it at its weakest when it's caring for its children.
I'm gonna sidle up to Francis and just like very annoyed, say like gesture, like having fun. How is this relevant to our current situation?
I'll look at like the poorly made prop of the Eagle Mountain.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, no, you walk over, I guess, Gideon, and like you say that, and then you look at the play for like a second, and he's like, "Ow."
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is the most relevant thing we've seen since we've been here.
I sort of, there's a slight kind of flush that you see in his bizarrely, multiracial features, and he says, "Where are the others?"
I'd like do that thing like, where are the others?
I do remember someone saying like, and then they were gone, right? Like they didn't really like quantify what exactly they were.
There was some grumbling in British, and then
yeah, there's like grumbling and then guns and.
Great. All right. So we chase away Jessica and then promptly part ways from everyone else. Brilliant. I say, can you ask either Biscus or one of the others to guide us to this Eagle Rock?
Yeah, I can try. And like I'm assuming Biscus is nearby. Right?
Oh yeah, no, he brought you to this event.
Yeah, he's probably been explaining stuff that like words that I don't understand.
I mean, so you're learning the language not on behalf of someone teaching you the language, but just through your ability to comprehend your surroundings, right? So he's not like explaining things.
But like if I have a question, it's like I'll like talk to him in his own language, but then like start stumbling over myself and be like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so if you like, he's like at this particular point in time, he's enraptured within the play, because you got to remember like this is their sort of Netflix and chill almost a little bit. And if you start talking to him, he'll just be like, he'll shush you and go back to watching the play.
After the shush, I'd be like, I think he's busy. I'll just wait for this to be done.
Oh yeah, no, if you wait, it's fine. Like everyone applauds basically. There's some hollows. And you see like an elderly man in like a very like pampered headdress with like a very large skull basically. and with feathers coming off of it, and he will, he's wearing it, like just like a faceplate sort of thing of it, and he everyone sort of turns their attention to him, and they start like asking him questions about how he killed the feather devil and what he did when he killed the feather devil. And, he starts telling them stories about, how he and 20 other people climbed up to its nest, and only he was able to bring back the mask, and which proved his worthiness to lead these people and things like that. But it's mostly just like, very, I guess, like over elaborated story that he's telling. Like, it's clearly not real. Like he talks about like taking a spear from the heavens and plowing it into the this bird that was like, the size of a mountain, and things like
it's
that.
very like chosen one kind of thing.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
So when I see that, I've turned to Gideon and be like, he seems to have been there before, but I don't know if we should ask that one. He might see it as a challenge. We don't know how these people react.
He's very elderly. Like he's
yeah, but like challenging. In my head, challenging, like if this is their like right of chieftainship, and we go up and ask him like, "Hey, where's the rock nest? We're gonna kill it." It's just gonna be like, that's not gonna turn out well.
Perhaps Biscus then, as soon as the entertainment is concluded.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll like ask Biscus about the rock, and like, there's got to be legends. This guy's spouting his stories. He's got to have had legends of like how to get up to the place and whatever.
So he will, listen to what you have to say, and he will say something along the lines of, "Yes, the tall ones live up there."
The tall ones.
Yes.
I'll like grab, just like reach out a frame and grab Gideon and like pull him in. Be like, any like resemblance to my friend?
He like looks at him. He's like, he starts to laugh, and he's like, "No, no,
Okay.
tall ones." You'll make like the universal symbol of boobs.
Yeah.
And then he'll laugh at you, like, comparing him to like.
Yeah.
And he'll just be like, no.
Yeah. It'll probably be one of those scenes where he starts like laughing, and I'm just like, and just like look over at Gideon and like, laugh, please. Let's look like we belong here.
I'm like, are you selling me to him? Please don't.
No, he said tall ones. You mentioned the woman in your dream that you made eye contact with was elongated.
But she was in the city. The rock was merely a landmark. In any case, it's a point of reference. I would like to begin there.
Mm-hmm. And these tall ones might be a closer connection than the tribal people.
Agreed. Incidentally, am I able to detect whether the old man is full of shit, that he actually participated in the killing of a rock?
Yeah, go ahead and make the
detect lies.
Detect lies, yeah.
Is it just 5 or is it opposed?
This would be 5, yeah.
Okay. I am specialized in this.
Okay. I mean, the story is elaborate enough to seem like something from Hollywood, right? Like, it seems like something you'd read out of a novel. But in the last couple of days, you've ran into dinosaurs and that sort of stuff. So, who knows? Maybe heroism's like a little less high strung in this place. But from what you can tell, it is very over elaborated, and the chances are that he being the one that slayed the beast and the only one to come back is very, very minimal. You know, like he did go up there for what you're feeling. Like he does recount it with a certain fondness, but whether or not he was the one, like maybe he hid under a rock and the beast died of blood loss and then he took the prize with him. Like there's lots of things in there that you don't really know. And but he is telling the truth that he was there, if that's what you were trying to get out of it.
Okay.
He was at least at the event.
I'm glaring at him. I don't cotton to exaggeration, and but if he was at least there, then I'm not going to pick on him.
Mm-hmm.
I just say it would seem the plague of falsehood has reached even these people, the noble savage, a myth. I'd like to believe it was the Englishman who brought them that plague, but I just sort of shake my head and then say, Biscus has the group's respect if there's any chance that we could persuade him to come with us.
I'd tell Biscus, like, we need to talk to the tall ones. Is there any chance that you would be able to guide us there?
He eagerly nods.
Like, too eagerly?
Like,
I mean, didn't you say you've only seen one woman in the village so far? He's
much.
keen on a trip.
Probably.
I mean, you're not far off the mark. You know, you're not far off the mark at all. So.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, we need to find our friends and make preparations, I suppose. If there's a monster up there, I'm sure Hyde would be more than enthusiastic to go after it.
So yeah, you guys are, I guess, coming back to the village, right? At some point, I imagine, Hyde, you start walking on your own.
You could call it walking.
Leaning.
He's propelling himself forward using his legs, mostly.
How, like, do you guys, like, is it a struggle to come back, or do you man up and come back to the village and then pass out? Like, how does it work?
I'm fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Nothing really happened to him. Yeah. I think Hyde is somewhere between determined and nearly dead.
So let me ask you this: is there anything that phases either one of you? Like, is this like encounter with this rock, like, has it left an impression on you in any way?
I think Hyde might actually be slightly impressed by it. He's almost slightly awestruck that it managed to survive the shot. Most things don't. Not from that range.
Yeah, and it's not like you winged it or nothing. You put it to its fucking chest.
Yeah, it was like
trigger,
it was a center mass torso shot, and it just flew away. So he's probably a little bit impressed.
It's a lot larger than the pigeons I saw in London.
So is it like I'm a little confounded by your character in some ways, Sheep. Like Charles is he's a special type of ignorant, you know what I mean? Like
he fills in the blanks that he doesn't notice. So he just assumes stuff.
But like, is there anything that like gives you pause or sets you back? Like, is like, you know what I mean? Like Charles seems like the type of character that is willfully ignorant, and he's bliss in that fact. Like, he's not aware of like the danger that surrounds him.
He likes the world the way he sees it. Whether he chooses to ignore things or whether he just doesn't notice them is difficult to tell.
Like,
he seems like Don Quixote.
Yeah,
like his,
a little,
like
yeah.
there's like fearless, but because of the willful unreality in which he kind of spins the world.
So it's possible that he knows that it's like, a properly big eagle thing and it was terrifying and he's just pretending not to be
Like, is there
impressed by it?
like, do you ever get like, if you had a moment to yourself, or like if we looked at your character, if he had a moment to himself, like maybe inside one of these buildings, is there any, like, would you say something? Would you breathe heavily? Like, what would you do in that moment?
I'd say there'd probably be a shake in his hand and, like, just kind of...
The teacup trembles.
Yeah,
little
a
spill.
little bit of a tremble, like the crockery shit, kind of...
Mm-hmm.
And then it's...
Okay, interesting. Well, see, I was thinking that your character was just like...
there is a lot of aspect of that to him as well, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Okay.
there are instances where, unless you tell him something,
Mm-hmm.
like for example, that you're in Hollow World, he won't know.
Okay. But you guys make it back to the entrance of the village now. Just as the other characters are talking about needing to find your friends.
I say, gentlemen, welcome back. Should we not pursue that creature that... Oh, dear. And I'm just looking at Hyde.
I just face plants.
To shreds, you say?
I think Hyde is the old man still there?
Not
still-
the one with the rock headdress?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, he's telling.
I
telling the story about how he like, you can't understand him, but he's right then as he walks, he's like,
He's making arm motions and
and then I plunged the spear into the rock's heart, and it died at my feet. Things like that. Yeah.
I think he might have Hyde's full attention at the moment.
Oh yeah. Jealousy.
I think he might also actually be impressed at the idea that this old man at some point in his life must have killed one of these big fucking birds.
Yeah. Like, this is a tribe of warriors, basically. Like, all the men here, like this might not even be like the main village of this place, because there's very little women, there's very little crops, right? They have bags and reserves of food, but most of it's like meat, and it's mostly men here. So, and they're all like, there's no, men for like building or anything. It's all just like painted, spear wielding, tattooed people, basically. So, this being like a forward operating base of a tribe of people is interesting, but yeah, that's the reality of it right now. The fact that
So not at all meaning to hurt Hyde's feelings. I just say, so I imagine the beast is dead.
So I'm probably like staring at the old man, and I just turn to you and go, I think we need to travel to Eagle Rock. Where's the doctor?
Like, Gideon actually smiles. He says nothing, but it's, oh my God, our goals are in alignment.
For once!
yeah. Well, due to the fact that Graham's not playing right now, I'm gonna say that no magical healing, I have the talent to heal you forever rolls can be made. But your wounds get attended. Basically, his character attends to your wounds, but they won't heal like they do normally.
He was pissed in the last game, like quivering, firing at the air, pissed. Like he might just be like brusque and not a kind of not talkative.
I would imagine that he might even, like, at this point, give you access to, like, do you have a healing? Do you have the ability to heal, Doc?
No, somebody will have to perform first aid on me.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, the wounds will become regular wounds that heal at a normal wound rate, which isn't specified, but I believe is probably somewhere in the range of weeks.
Mm-hmm. Let me take a look real quick.
Yeah, if like so, I was of two minds. Like, if we physically can't find a Jarius, which is also potentially pulpy, like I would take him to that medicine woman and use it as an excuse to go in there and look at the dying guy. Um, but if we can find a Jarius, then we can just abstract it. It's whatever you think makes more sense.
I mean, that would work at this point. Hired is like if somebody has something resembling a bandage, they're good.
Okay, let's take a look.
I'll throw you a flask of whatever liquor we found in that ship.
Okay. Yeah, so stun rating, like looking at this knocked out thing, like you don't want that in this game. You really don't want that, not at all. Basically,
Yeah, even the train, like the first fight would have been so different.
It's not a
It feels
roll
like
that you
the
make
kind
it.
of thing you see in pulp movies, like once or twice, where like the hero sticks his head through the doorway and then gets punched out, and then he wakes up and it's like a day later and he's on a train going into Germany or whatever.
Yeah,
It feels like that, except it's too easy to be applied in every fight.
that's what I'm saying. So it says here that you're knocked out for 1 minute per point of damage excess to your stun rating. So
That's a long fucking time.
That's
in a fight.
yeah, it is. It's like 6 seconds a turn, right? So if you get knocked out for 1 minute per excess, it's insane. Like, to give you an idea, you did, how much was your roll there? You took, like, was it 7 points of damage?
I took 3 over my stun rating.
So that would have been, you would have had 4 minutes of knocked out time.
Yeah,
He could
it would
have
been
flown
out
you
for
to
40 turns.
He could have flown you to Eagle Rock and then fed you to its children before you would even wake up. Like,
We have a ghost healer roll in the chat or in the roll 20 if we want to use that.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Ninja Doctor.
Oh, okay. So yeah. All right. So everyone who's watching this later, Graham is not feeling 100%, so that's why he's not with us today. But apparently he's here in spirit, so we can take that role. I don't care. It's not a big deal. So you go find Solomon, who is feeling under the weather. Perhaps it was something he ate out in the savannah. Who knows? But he's not feeling himself. And with 8 successes, it's 1 lethal per success, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you heal fully. You still got the bandages, you still got all the gauze and shit on you, but we basically we have a montage of you getting healed, and then we get a montage of you putting on like one of your other shirts, sorely.
Which seems to perfectly match the previous one, including the scuff marks and sweat stains.
Oh yeah,
it's almost like we actually only had one shirt, and they just made me take it off and then put it back on again.
All right, so is there anyone who's against going to Eagle Rock at this point?
No, I think Biscus is like chomping at the bit to get up there. The way he was trying to walk back to the village, probably.
So he actually, the moment you ask him to go to Eagle Rock, he actually goes and talks to other people, and they actually agree to come as well. A lot of the younger boys are especially eager to come. So that's interesting. What you can take from that, whatever you like. But he brings a retinue of 5 warriors.
Cool.
And they all go to the river. And they clean themselves. For whatever reason.
I think a hired would be doing the same. Because he's probably covered in mud and blood and shit. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to clean myself up.
So
too.
part of what the healing process would have been given the type of animal that this was, its claws that it grabbed you with or cut you with would have been very disgusting.
Sanitary. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not.
non-sanitary, exactly. Like, so you probably had like very, like maybe Solomon cleaned your wounds very, um, like it wasn't a very gentle cleaning, you know. He doesn't seem like the type of man that,
like a rough sponge, and he just scrubbed it.
yeah,
Yep.
like you know, to make sure that
Scour it off.
nothing bad was in there, so that you could heal properly. Heal properly in Hollow Earth, by the way, is like the worst, the weirdest thing. By the way, healing in this game is so strange, especially with that talent. It's just like, what's that? Got fucked up by a giant bird eagle? You're good. Like,
I mean, you see it often enough. The hero gets shot, they bandage his shoulder, he's fine.
yeah. And then they have like, for the rest of the movie, they have like the in like the weird thing where like, oh, didn't you hurt your shoulder earlier? Where's that bandage gone? And then like the next scene later, it comes back when it's like, you know, important for the plot to happen.
Yeah. He like shot your shoulder with a shotgun, and then all of a sudden the next scene he's hanging from like
Yep.
a rope or something. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not what.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, you're probably there cleaning with the tribesmen and stuff. So
Before we go, I approach Francis and I say, "A moment.
Sure.
I believe precisely one thing that Jessica articulated, and it's because she did not speak. Her fear when the doctor murdered himself. I believe we may find the Thule are in pursuit. I would like you to convey to Biscus's people what this looks like." And I show you a remnant of the Nazi uniform that I had. And I sketch for you the symbol of the Thule and just say, tell them that if they see one or two of these, kill them. If they see a group, hide.
So the Thule symbol is a Nazi swastika with a dagger through the middle of it. In case you're wondering.
Yeah, so I'll show it to like, it's because I'll get him to like after all the retinue is cleaned up, like gather them around. And
Oh,
be
they
like,
smell great, by the way. They use like some sort of like fat mixed with lavender.
yeah, like flowery stuff. Yeah, but I'll just relay the message. Be like, there may be, what did they call them before? Barrel men. Like there may be barrel men bearing this symbol, and like the officers, like the sketch of the officer uniform or whatever, it's like one or two of them, kill them. A group, run.
Yeah, I hold up the remnants of the uniform that I have. The coat was obliterated, but I still have like the kind of pants and whatever passes for the sort of under jacket.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably like a vesty thing. Like
Probably the hat too. That'd probably be the thing that would stand out a lot.
the hat has an arrow through it, doesn't it? Or is that
No, that's my hat. My hat got shot, and I'm still wearing it. It still has the hole in it. But the commander who I was impersonating, I assume the hat probably also got blown up because the grenade hit me. But I think
have as much of the disguise left as you want to. I mean, it's not a full disguise anymore, but you can say which parts survived and which didn't. So.
I'm just imagining that. Okay, then I have a sort of charred hat and the suit and the vest and pants, and I hold those up in time with him articulating this.
Yeah, I imagine it's all made out of wool, right? For the time, so it probably would be like charred. I guess would be the right word for that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Lurch's outfit is whatever I can kind of make a phantom person like watch out for these fucks.
Yeah. I'll probably like whatever word that they would use for like unimaginable evil. I'd use that to describe these things.
Unimaginable evil.
Or just like the most evil word that I know in their language.
It's probably devil because they use that to describe the bird.
Yeah.
So what'd you say, like man devil?
And like barrel devil.
Barrel devil.
Or like surface devil.
Surface devil. Okay, that works. Yeah. So he nods grimly and he'll take it, and he'll pass it around to all the tribesmen, and they'll like sniff it and like like pull the fabric in their hands, sort of thing, and then pass it on. Whether or not their message was conveyed to you is hard to say, but your message was conveyed to them, I should say. It's hard to say, but you know, they know that there is evil men aside from the barrel devils around.
Yeah. So like turn to Gideon, just like did my best. We'll see.
All right, and with that, I think we'll take our first break as you guys leave the safety of the Noble Savage village. The travel up to there is not so bad. It probably takes you maybe a couple of days to get from there to there, but you know, aside from the occasional scare with some wild animals, and you know, the warriors that came with you, like all 6 of them, including Biscus, you guys seem to be in capable hands. They navigate the plains with relative ease. You know, there's no like. You're not accosted by anything. You always have good food to eat, and the camps seem lively, which is like an opposite of what your camping has been thus far. With a lot of your camps being like low light or no fire, these guys have a roaring fire. You know, when they dance around the fire every night, sort of thing, and you know, they're very merry, very cheerful people, and they're not so much worried about the wildlife attacking them, for the most part. However, can I get a perception check from everyone real quick? Difficulty 6. Just want to get an idea. All right. So Francis, you know, it's probably an evening, you know, and you take a little bit of time and you pull yourself away from the group.
Probably full bladder or something.
Yeah, to relieve yourself. You're sort of at the base of Eagle Rock Mountain, for the most part. Before you like, there's like a bunch of trees around the base of it, and you're like right outside the trees, you know, camping in there before you go into the actual forest the next day. Yeah, you take a look, you peer up at the night sky to the top of the mountain, and every once in a while you see like a flash, just a couple, and that's pretty much it.
When I get back to the camp, I'll ask Biscus if there's any like there's flashes going on. Do you know? Like, are there stories about strange lights?
He'll like look up at the sky, at stars, and be like, "You mean those?"
No, then I'll point to the mountain or wherever I saw the lights.
It's like, yes, tall ones.
No, lights.
Yes, tall ones. Yes.
God. Whole new meaning to headlights. Okay. I guess I'd go back and see if they're still going on. I'd like head back to the tree line and look.
Yeah, occasionally. Flash.
I'm like, I rolled the lowest. I'm like bitching to Dejarius. I'm like, presumably Wesley selected us for a reason. Why are we so bad at this? And I'm like looking at these guys who are like having an awesome party while easily leading us through the woods.
Yeah. So like I'll bring Biscus over if it's still happening and be like, look there. Does it happen for him, or is it one of those things where it doesn't?
Well,
Hello,
I
my
mean,
baby, hello, my honey.
no, nothing like that. He just doesn't see it, and he just waves you off and goes back to throwing his feet around the campfire, basically.
All right, I'll probably do one of those like I have a bad feeling about this lines and walk back to the camp.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys continue along your merry way. I mean, like the travel gets a lot slower and a lot more difficult as you get to the bottom of the mountain. Like the past day, you walk through, basically the forest. The group of hunters slow down. They actually go through the forest a lot slower than they did the plains. Not because they have to slow down, but because they want to. Probably because of, they seem a lot more on edge, if that makes any sense. But you get through, no problems. You get to the bottom of the cliff, and, Solomon had the woes of, being able to climb a mountain with one arm, but it's not so much an issue. It's more like the Dakota Trail more than a mountain up this thing. Like, it's very steep on one side, but these guys have brought you around to a side where it's easily like, it's more like a difficult hike than it is a mountain face to climb. So, you make your way up there, no problems. The closer you get to the top of the mountain, the less sparse the trees get for a little bit, until it gets, like, it's weird, like, it goes very rocky for a bit of time. Not a lot of grass, not a lot of water or anything like that up here. But, you're maybe about a quarter of the way up the mountain. And you start to see signs of... Actually, let's get another perception check from everyone. This one will be... Let's say everyone is a 7, except for Hyde, you get a 6. Wow, a 0. Such low rolls.
I have no excuse.
Yeah, no. Okay, well, I guess Gideon, you're the ones that start to notice bullet shell casings. And, shattered rocks from it being shot, and there's a couple of arrows in the ground and a couple of spears. Like, the spears have been like shot down the mountain, if that makes any sense. And yeah, it gets more and more frequent the higher you go. When do you first mention this to everyone?
I kneel down immediately and say, "Gentlemen, you've been holding out on me. Did you come up here previously?" And you can tell from my face, even around the sunglasses, that I'm full of shit and I know it. But I kind of hold it up, and it doesn't look anything like the powdered shot that Hyde uses anyway. But seems bad, and I just kind of hold up a hand.
Could this be interpreted as Gideon attempting to make a joke?
What do the rest of you do with this information?
I mean, let's have a closer look at them.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to know about this information?
What did they come from? What kind of firearm?
What kind of
Specifically,
firearms?
like
Okay.
a rifle, a pistol? Is it old? Is it recent?
So, you've mentioned multiple times that you hate anything modern when it comes to firearms.
Yeah, he's not a big fan of the modern guns.
Yeah. Where does that ignorance lie? Do you
He
that?
would probably recognize the difference between a rifle and a pistol caliber bullet, and he'd probably be able to spot if it was like corroded copper. I think he'd spot that pretty easily. He wouldn't be like, "Oh, this is from a blah 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 gun." You're like, "Yeah, this is like a recently fired rifle round or something like that to
Okay,
that extent.
So here's the information I'll give you. They're small caliber rounds and they're greased.
Okay, so that would be pretty obvious to anyone at the time that knows anything about guns, that it's quite a recent thing, I believe, was packing in grease for the grease guns and shit like that.
Yep.
I don't think they were doing that for very long before they realized it was stupid.
Yeah, they're oily, like coated in Vaseline, and whether or not you would be aware of this is up to your character or not. But yeah, it is essentially like small caliber. There we go. Rifle, automatic SMG rounds, basically.
He'd probably think it to be a pistol round. SMGs are like what?
Yeah, it's about
not.
like it's probably around the 9-10 millimeter mark, if anything. I'm not a connoisseur of rifles.
It's
and guns
okay
and
that
stuff,
you
so-
don't know because Hyde wouldn't know. So it's like it's a smallish bullet and it's oily and it's yeah.
How do they
They-
compare to the Nazi SMGs that I'm carrying?
Very similar bullet capacity, but the stuff you're using doesn't have. It's not greased or nothing.
I guess I'd like look at Gideon and be like, do you think Thule?
It's possible, but Jessica seemed to indicate that it was her job to enter Hollow Earth for the Thule, indicating that they hadn't been here for long or didn't have many people. Only the Terra Arcanum, I believe, had penetrated the place. Mercer and his crew. And I say,
Do you trust the Terra Arcanum more than Thule?
yes, but only just. And now that we've rejected Jessica, it's going to be increasingly problematic. I'd like to avoid them. And I say, Hyde, can you determine how long ago these were fired? And I hold, looking, basically trying to figure out like how much dirt has accrued. Like, like, is this the kind of thing where we can tell that there's recent damage from a firefight?
I'd probably pipe up and be like, I saw lights, like flashes coming from this way last night. Might be as recent as last night.
Do they smell like they've recently been fired? Because I think that's something that he would know, the smell of fresh gunpowder.
Well, I mean, it's greasy, right? So
I think that would be his only attempt then, would be like to sniff the shell, see if it smells like it's recently been fired, and then throw it on the ground and thoroughly wipe the grease off his hand.
Yeah, I mean, the smell wouldn't really help. You are sort of on an open encampment on a plain, like a plateau almost on this mountain. So it's relatively windy for the distance. Like, it's not like blowing his tits off or nothing, but like, yeah.
Yeah. I'd probably grab a handful of like, if there's even like enough for a handful of ammo nearby, and like bring it over to Biscus and like rattle them in my hand and be like, surface devils, flashes, be careful.
Would I be able to make a tracking roll to see
what are you
how
trying to track?
To see how recently people have been through here?
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Oh shit, no, not that one.
We'll say that this is a 6 difficulty.
So that goes to a 5 because I'm specialized in tracking.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4.
Okay. Yeah, no, it definitely seems like there was a confrontation here. In terms of like how recent it was, I mean, there's mud here, and the mud is pretty much like it's not wet, but it's like you can mold it still. Normally, like what would happen is there'd be a harder outer layer of dirt, or the mud would harden on the top. But it's not hard with these footprints and stuff. And there's boots and then there's feet prints as well.
Francis, if these arrows come from the shapely inhabitants of the mountain, perhaps ask Biscus if there is a way for us to indicate that we come in peace. We look like a bunch of armed men.
Yeah, I don't think they would have quite the friends that we have, though. They went in there guns blazing, it looks like. So, well, I'll relay that to Biscus and be like, you guys need to do the talking, basically, when we come to the tall people. And try to relay that they're not going to trust us with this.
Okay, he'll nod, and he'll like look a little concerned because you're all looking concerned. If that makes any sense. Is there anything you guys want to find out as well before you move on?
Which directions did because you said there were boots and there were bare feet.
Mm-hmm.
Which directions went which way?
They both went up.
So the way we're all heading.
Mm-hmm.
Are they both faced like the same way?
Well, it looks like the bare feet were faced downward and then back up, if that makes any sense.
Mm.
And the boots were faced up.
I would say, like, are we against like a cliff face or like a wall of some sort?
No, it's just imagine like a slight going up mountain, like maybe like a 30-degree.
Yeah, I'm just looking for like something like the cliff face we came out of. Like if there was any marks. I don't think there was any marks though when he came out. But
no, nothing like that.
yeah, because if I'll like relay this to the group, like if they're from the surface, they came from somewhere. There's got to be evidence of that somewhere. I don't know if they came out here or if they were elsewhere and tried to make their way here for some reason. I doubt they're as respectful, in quotes, as we have been.
Yeah, I mean, like you weren't really leading the procession, but if you go back further down the mountain, you could probably find evidence of these guys coming and going. So
now that we know that there's something there, we could probably. But I think it's best to keep moving on.
Push on cautiously.
Yeah.
I mean, is it still an ambush if you know you're walking into it?
Yeah, well, I mean, they might not be aware of your presence.
You always assume ambush.
Mm.
Safer that way.
Yeah. But sorry, I'm just doing some alterations to sheets here. So, what exactly would you guys like to do now? Like, are you gonna maybe attempt to sneak up? Like, what's the deal here?
Yeah, I'm making sure my Luger's loaded and will like approach stealthily, I guess.
Okay. So, let's get who wants to make the stealth roll and who wants to help them?
I might be the best to take point on stealth.
Yeah, I've got four dice in it. No,
I rolled 10. So
nice.
I have no stealth whatsoever.
Okay. Well, let's we'll just get the one stealth from Doc if you're willing. Sorry, not Doc. Hyde if you're willing to lead the group.
Yeah. Let's. Difficulty 5, is it?
Yes.
As we crouch into stealthy positions and load guns.
Is stealth not an opposed thing against someone trying to detect me?
It will be, yeah.
Okay.
So that's why it's 5. So
I just say to Francis, like,
Not specialized, so 6.
this is the opposite of what I meant.
We have to be prepared. Are the people with us being like, what the hell are they doing? Or are they like joining along with us?
they understand what's happening pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, they're
so-
warriors. They would recognize that we're now alert and approaching with caution.
Yeah, and I did let them know that like when we see the tall people, you guys have to talk first.
Mhm. Yeah, no, they're willing.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go. So I'm just gonna roll a anti PC roll real quick. Okay. Yeah. So you guys managed to come to the top of the mountain pretty much unaccosted. The closer you get, like you start to see a couple of dead bodies, and these are of a mixture between Caucasian and tan skin Amazonian women. These are the when you see the first one, the warriors, they all sort of pay their respects, but they keep quiet and move on. These are basically they don't have any. They have, I guess, like grass skirts. I guess would pretty much be what they're wearing, and a lot of like headgear and neck gear. But the chest region is pretty much exposed, and they're very muscular, like incredibly muscular compared to the warriors that were in the previous town. They're very sort of lean and athletic. These are more like bodybuilder types almost. Like they're very, very, very strong women. And these are basically just been riddled with bullet holes. They have like bows with like very ornamented, not ornamented, like very nice looking ceremonial bows. Ornate, thank you. And quivers and stuff like that. And they seem almost like a special guard almost a little bit, if that makes any sense. And the higher you get, the more of these dead women can be found. But there isn't a huge amount, right? You get closer to the top, there's a little bit of black smoke coming from the top of the mountain, and that's when you start to see.
Sorry, you said there were Caucasians as well. Like, are they dead soldiers or something?
No. The women are a mixture between Caucasian.
Oh,
and
okay,
tan,
okay.
Yeah. And the closer you get, you're starting to see like small puffs of smoke, basically from burning things, essentially. And that's when you spy your first look at of a Nazi soldier, basically. And he is wearing green camo fatigues, I guess. And the Thule Society symbol is like emblazoned on the helmet and on a shoulder piece. But you can definitely see that they are, in fact, German soldiers. And they do have they don't have them in the book, but they do have grease guns, which is essentially the same as the MP38s statistics wise, but it's just a variation on that. And they're patrolling the top of the mountain basically. You see 3 of them right now, but if you wanted to sneak in, you can go ahead and do that. But I want to get an idea of what you guys are attempting to do.
Like, well, what do you guys think?
So there's no dead soldiers. Could you like a rough head count of how many dead Amazon women there are?
You've probably seen 5 so far.
Okay. So there might not be that many. There might also be 100 of them.
Well, if 30 of them came out of the wall way back when,
We kill them all. They cannot reach Atlantis before we do.
I'm really starting to like you.
Jolly good. So charge?
I think we should do a little bit more stealthy than charge,
Okay.
as much as we can. If you can get close and you think you can take him out in one shot, do that.
I mean, if I were to take one out with one shot, they'd all hear it.
Yeah, I realize that.
Charles, old boy, that
Yes.
sword of yours is mighty silent.
Yes.
What are our friends armed with? Is it like bow and arrow stuff or spears?
They just have spears.
Are they patrolling in a perfect trio, or are they occasionally splitting up, looking, and then reconvening?
It's kind of like they're looking out over the top of a mountain, looking down. So, they have like maybe three or three people at the top, but they're like singled out. If that makes any sense? They're not like, you know, side by side. They're within talking distance of each other though, or just like, you know, like louder than conversational talking distance. So, you know, I don't know what that is in feet, but they're basically like, you know, maybe about 10 meters apart from each other, sort of thing. So,
Do you think we could take them all three at the same time? Like, Charles, you get in position,
Potentially.
you put a bead on someone's forehead, and between myself and Gideon, one of us is going to miss, but the other one's going to hit.
Some of these may also be discreet, I say, pointing back to our, like, 10 guys or however many we have.
there's 6 total that you have.
6.
Does that sound like a plan? Do you think we could take them all out simultaneously?
Surprise sounds good.
I think we send our boys with the spears in first. I would prefer not to fire until the last second if I have to, because we don't know how many are on top of that hill. And I don't like walking into ambushes.
We could send them after one, Charles after one, and then see how the other reacts if there's more coming out. I agree that we don't want to like blow our surprise too early.
So what am I doing?
We're gonna kill some Nazis, old boy.
Okay. I draw my sword and stand up.
Not yet. Not yet.
Sorry?
Not yet. Down.
Okay. I crouch down again.
Tell our friends here to accompany him. Sneak up, kill as many as they can.
Yeah,
The rest of us can be aiming.
Yeah, so I'll turn around and like tell Biscus like our plan as best as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Like first 3, same time. If there's more, just go ham, kill them. I don't actually say go ham because that's very current vernacular. But
So he'll look at you with a slight confusion. He's like, "You want us to kill them?"
they killed the tall people.
That they did. You want us to kill them now?
Not yet. Wait for a signal.
He like looks at you confused. He's like, "Do you want us to wait for the sun to rise?"
No. Damn it. What's a good signal that I could do here? Something that won't.
Does anybody have a whistling skill? Do a bird call.
It's pulp. Doesn't everybody have the whistling skill?
Yeah.
That is the worst blue jay I've ever heard.
Yeah.
What is it?
Local wildlife in Hollow Earth sure is strange, isn't that right, Hans?
Yeah.
I can do a really good bullfrog.
Sounds like a dying baby giraffe.
Wait for the sound of a cat in a blender.
What is cat? We have blender.
We love Will It Blend YouTube channel.
It's the only TV we get.
Oh, God. No, well,
Our
I'll just-
people used to all have iPhones. No more. No more.
I like the idea that they have better technology than you guys have ever seen.
Oh,
Verizon Wireless? What is that, man?
I think I'll just be like, when Charles, and like I'll point at Charles and be like, when mine kills his man, you kill yours.
He'll nod at that. That makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start aiming. I'm not sure. Like since we have the drop on them, I'm gonna do what I can to build up as many dice by aiming as I can with my trank rifle.
So that's 2 turns. I think that's 4 extra dice. So,
Cool.
Okay.
I'll be
So-
doing the same on one of them.
yep.
Uh,
I assume like that. Like you know, that's the thing with ambushes. You know, theoretically, you get as much.
As much time as we need.
Yeah. Generally, I always go with a rule of thumb of +5 for an ambush, right? Because you get your aiming bonuses, you get your surprise.
You've got plenty of
bonus.
time to adjust
Yeah.
your elbows and get into position and crack your neck. And
So I'll just do that going forward. I'm pretty sure there is actually a rule in here about ambushes, you know. But like, if it's if it's less dice than the aiming dice, you know, it doesn't make sense because for 2 rounds you could aim and then you could ambush, and you know what I mean. Like it just wouldn't make sense. So +5 going forward straight if you commit an ambush.
I'm aiming the tranquilizer at the one that Charles is going to attack.
I was gonna go with Charles to like tap him on the back and let him know we're going now.
Okay.
Not a terrible idea.
So like that's what I'm gonna do. It's just like I'll go with Charles, we'll initiate, and then shoot like hell.
Alrighty.
just don't shoot until we have to.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, boys. Let's get a stealth roll from Sheep.
What do I do if I don't have stealth?
You can't make a roll.
Dex.
No, yeah, Dex. It would be Dex, yeah.
Awesome.
He stand up and he's just like, for king and country. Okay, 2. Well, let's see what your good friend.
Have a look at what my rolls were.
2
Two
dice,
dice.
right? Yeah.
2 10s too. That's good.
2 dice, 2 10s.
So I like the idea. You know what? Give me 2 style points, and I'll make a thing happen for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So your guy like shoulders the rifle, unzips his pants,
Classic.
starts hearing out. He looks up in the air. He looks down. He sees you coming towards him with a sword, and he's just like. So this will come down to initiative more than anything, but
What? I mean, just.
look, man, I'm giving you a chance.
I mean, we prepped
Damn it,
for an
Charles.
ambush.
I don't know whose bloody idea it was for me to do the.
And you know what's the best part? You said, wait for this man to kill this man.
I realized
anything
that. I
happens."
made a
Yeah.
terrible, terrible mistake.
So go ahead, give me an initiative, my man.
I'm already drawing my pistol to try to finish this guy off quickly.
Sword fight.
Yeah. The second that he connects, I'm firing too.
It's not going through.
What is your
Skip.
dice?
2.
And then just roll 2 dice.
Should the rest of us roll initiative or just
Just
the close
him for
range?
now. Like this is just like they're acting. Like this is mostly to see who of them like gets to act first. If he acts first, you know.
Oh, sorry.
So that
Okay,
is
so
1. You got a 1. All right.
1. All 3 were 1s.
Oh, you rolled them 3 times. Okay. It doesn't matter.
I didn't mean to. It just didn't go through. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. He acts first, without thinking about putting away his, tackle. He will pull out a Luger and take a shot at you.
no, okay. Do I need to
Yep.
defense?
You do need a defense.
I need to defense. Two.
Okay. You take 6 damage.
Okay.
And the sound of a Luger echoes down the mountain.
There's the signal.
And the
Fire.
sound of 2 other shots follow it closely behind.
Sure, absolutely.
Gideon?
100%. That I'll give you guys your aiming bonuses, but I won't give you that +1 for the ambush now.
Okay, so we still get the +4, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Was it?
still get
Yeah.
the +4. So so give me an idea. There's 3 dudes here. There's the one that shot at Charles, and then there's 2 more. Which ones are you guys firing at?
I was not firing at the one that Charles was going for because
I
I was
was.
under the assumption he had that under control.
All right.
I was not. I assumed the opposite of that, so I'm shooting at that one.
Good assumption.
Good assumption. So Andrew, drummer, where are you shooting?
I'm with Charles, so I'm gonna shoot the guy that was in front of him that shot at him.
Okay. So then there's one soldier that's not being accosted. So
He's being attacked by the tribals.
one of the tribals. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because we have Hyde on one, Charles, Gideon, and Francis on one, and then the
All right. So Gideon, this is for yours. Okay. So that is 6. Yeah, you brain this dude. I'll give you a chance, Francis, to move your aim to another dude if you wanted to. Now that this guy has been shot dead.
Mine is actually unconscious deliberately. That's non-lethal damage.
Oh, you tranked him?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh,
cool. Damn.
Yeah. Let's see how we go with that guy. Yeah, dead.
Mine is not unconscious
Yeah.
deliberately.
Your gun's a lot louder than all the other guns, yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably is.
I'm gonna, if there's like cover, I'm gonna saddle up to the cover and see what's inside. Since our dude is down.
Okay. Let's see what the natives can do there.
Yep.
Let's see here. I just want to keep track. All right. Where did I put this sheet? Okay. All right. Okay. So 5. That's pretty chunky. No dice. Yeah, spears come out for the last guy, and he dodges deftly. You could say that these soldiers are trained. And that's when we'll go into initiative. But with your information, there, drummer boy, or I guess Francis, basically you look into the village, and it seems like an actual village. Like we're talking like mud huts and stuff like that, like rock huts. Basically, they're on top of a mountain, so they live in basically like stone huts almost. And the roofs of some of them are on fire. And there is a big building, like a big sort of like almost like cathedral church thing at the top here that goes into the mountainside, and there are maybe like 6 or 7 guards at the top here.
Okay. So initiative then.
Initiative, yeah.
5.
Do I roll again, or
Yes. Unless you want to keep yours. I'm happy for you to keep yours if you want.
I'm happy with 1.
Okay. All right. Oh, I was like, where's the turn order thing? It's already there. All right. So, okay, so we have Charles, Gideon, Hyde, Francis. We'll just make for the sake of turn order. I think what we're going to do is we'll have all the nobles run on the same turn, just
Cool.
so that you guys can control them, which includes his Abiscus, by the way. And the way that we'll do that is I'll roll 3 initiatives and we'll take the highest one. And for this, we'll do the same for the. Oh no! I said there was like 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just. All right. So Charles got a 2. Gideon, you got a 2. Hi, got a 5. Francis got a 4. Are we missing a meal? Oh no, we got 4. Let's see. Noble Savage, we roll 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so they get 4. And now we roll Nazis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay. All right, so it starts at 5. So 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 6, 5. Okay, and all right. So, upon hearing the sounds of fire, the second Nazi. Oh, this is the second Nazi would be the guy that got stabbed at. That makes the most sense. Because he's right there. He will turn and spray at the noble savage that attacked him with his rifle. Ooh, okay, not so good. Okay. Defense. Playing a game with myself right now. Okay, 1 damage. Okay.
One of the best games is trying to get the GM's NPCs, the most ridiculous ones, to have a conversation with each other. So the GM just have to have a ridiculous conversation with themselves for a few minutes.
Yep. That sounds about right to me. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me just make some sheets here so I can keep track of everything. But yeah, he misses. Sorry, he does 1 damage to the... Sorry. Record keeping is the worst part of GMing. much health do those guys have? Okay.
It's actually cracking me up the last game, like just in terms of GM NPC stuff. Like if an NPC wants to be with our party, we can't wait to get rid of them. Like Francis the Great and Jessica and Pat. But the second that an NPC is like, our time is over, I'm gonna go back to my family, we're like, no, 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 and we run after them. Like we're such weird teenagers about it.
Yeah. You can't leave the party unless we force you to leave. Thank you very much.
I'm just gonna wait for the episode where Hyde tames the rock and rides it.
Yeah.
'Cause apparently there's no dinosaurs, so next best thing, right?
All right, so 3 more. So if you guys are like looking up at the encampment of the cliff, sort of thing, right? They got a little bit of height above you, except for maybe Charles and I guess Francis. 3 more dudes run up and start like pointing their rifles down the cliff face. Can I get a I guess one of them is going to shoot at you, Francis, for your danger magnet. But we're gonna get I guess. So we'll go with a D4, a D5, with 1 being Francis, 2 being Charles, 3 Gideon, 4 Hyde, 5 Savage. And roll these 3 times. Savage, Francis, and that's it. So Francis, I need 2 defenses from you, please.
Full defense.
You said you're against a rock, but you said you also wanted to see in, so that's half. So you get a +2.
Okay.
Full defense is literally like you can't see them, they can't see you, but they know.
Oh, I was meaning like passive and active.
Yeah, active defense.
Yeah, no, yeah, full defense.
You're not
with a
being
+2.
ambushed.
Yeah.
Okay. Difficulty.
5. Yeah, it's always 5. Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2.
And a second one. Did you get your pluses on there? You did. Cool.
Yep. 2 and 5.
Okay. Well, the first. Okay, that's on me. You should have had a -1 on the second one, but that's okay.
I can drop the second one to a 4. Just take away success.
No, it's fine. It's on me. I fucked that up. So let's go with. Okay, you might be out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm up.
So the first one does a total of 5 damage to you, and the second one does a total of 3. So you take 8 damage.
You got any style?
I have 1.
Ooh.
That's not enough to.
Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the next one is 3.
We've been burning our style points on books.
Yeah, I'm at -1.
Okay, so basically what happens is you run up, you look, you like the moment you peer over this rock, right? We get like that fucking achung as like these 3 Nazis just like open 2 Nazis open fire on there on you, and the rock, which you thought was sturdy, whittles away at this combined fire, and you take a few to the side and 1 in the back as you fall down onto the ground unconscious. And your ragdoll slowly bumps down the mountain a little bit.
It's obvious. It's obviously just like a straw man with some like weights in the arms and legs. Just
yeah. Yeah. Then a noble savage will probably meet his end. So this will probably be the same guy that stabbed, because he's the only one that's out and about right now. Defense 3. Okay. Yeah. So basically, he goes down and he's bloody. So that is one savage gone. Alright. So, Nazi 7 through 3. Also run up and find 3 targets. Since our good friend Francis is down, I need 4 more willing participants in my fire. 4d4, I guess. So again, first will be Charles, second Gideon, third Hyde, 4 Savage. Alright, so we've got Charles, Gideon, and 2 at Hyde. So I need your defenses, please, gentlemen. Okay. All right, so let's do hides first. Actually,
I got
no.
a 5 and a 4, and the second one was at a -1.
Yes, thank you for remembering that. So Charles, you rolled 5 defense on 5 dice. Good God, man. Okay, so we'll put that away.
Unfucking killable.
Yeah. So this is for Charles. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know what you're doing. How do you negate all the damage? You're muted.
So, Charles took like a heavy shot to his abdomen, you know, and as soon as he sees the, you know, guys lining up to fire, just kind of dive sideways as they're firing, and it you know does the line of like
you do the combat roll and
just,
the line of like
more like a dive behind a rock, but the bullets like trace a line as he's going towards the rock, and it technically speaking they should hit him because it looks like they hit him, but they don't.
Yeah, nice. I mean, if you, for example, if you do 5 defense and they do 5 attack, you do get hit, but you don't get hurt. So. Yeah. Maybe some of them do collide with you, or you get like the little scrapes, like the flesh wounds or whatever. You know?
Yeah,
like...
the random ricochets. It's like, oh my god. The equivalent of the glass getting shattered above Bruce Willis.
Yes, exactly. And then he has to walk away. Gideon, this one's for you, my man. Oof, 9 damage. That is not good. So you take 6.
Well, that puts me, if I use a style point to soak 1, so these guys are specialized, I guess? Is that right?
So, no, they're not specialized. These are just normal successes. To soak a damage, you need 2 style points.
Oh, really? Well, shit. Then I'm at -2.
All right, so another player goes down.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said I take 6?
Yes, 6 damage, yes.
-1. I had 5 health.
Okay. And Hyde. So you've given me 2 defenses, so 5 and 4. Let's see how you fare.
Francis hands Gideon a cup of tea in a velvet room somewhere. They're just like sitting there in purgatory, just waiting to die.
So you take
this is all Charles's fault.
1 damage, and then you take 4 damage, so you take 5 damage total. As I imagine you're like further down the mountain, like with a rifle aiming up, right? And basically these guys just hone in on you and just fucking unleash a torrent of automatic rifles at you.
Yeah, no, that got me almost dead.
So the noble savages, they're going to attempt to take on these guys because they have a they have a never say die attitude, and they are going to jump into the fray and attack a soldier together. So 3 of them are going to attack 1.
I told them to run from a group.
Another 3 is going to attack another. But, you know, this is how they do it. They're noble savages. They're noble to the end. And they took their tall lady. They took their tall people from them. So, let's see. Spear. And they're pretty good at spears.
One way or another, these savages are getting laid tonight.
I don't know what that means.
So basically what's going to happen is if they kill the guy, they're going to move on to the next one.
Dejarius is with us, right?
He is, but in spirit.
He's hiding behind a rock somewhere in full cover,
Say-
unseeable.
Do well.
Alright.
Do well.
He's going to be the only one to survive this fight.
All right, so 6, 7, 8. And then the second defense is at a -1. All right, so 6, 7. Okay, and then the third one will be at a -2. Okay, yeah. So 3 dudes working hard. They managed to take down 1 Nazi. Like 3 dudes just come out of the wood, like come out from behind a rock and just fucking just skewer 1 Nazi. And yeah, that's 1 of the 7 Nazis that you're currently fighting. Good job. Oh no, you killed a couple of them, didn't you? Shit. Sorry.
Yes.
Alice. So you killed at least 1 I know of. No, 2,
We
right?
killed 2, yeah.
We
and
killed
then-
1, we knocked 1 out.
Yes, that's right. He's unconscious. So let me just make a note here.
Did we take too many attacks? Or have they not
Possibly,
come?
yeah. Like that's why I'm thinking. Sorry, that's on me. So I'll retract the attacks that's happened to 2 people. So I guess the second attack that hit Hyde, I believe was.
That was the one that hit me for 4.
Yep. So you can take 4 HP back, and I think the second one that hit Francis as well. Oh no, the first one, the Danger Magnet, was yours. So Gideon, you only had 1, right? So yeah, for Francis, what do you remember? What the second one was that hit you?
It was 3 damage.
All right, so you can take that back. If you're still alive, you're still alive.
Yeah, and that gives me 1 or 2.
What do you want now?
Does 0 count?
Yeah, 0 is a number.
Okay, so I'm at 2 damage, but like 1, 0 plus the whatever.
So you're on a positive, or you're at 0?
Yeah, I'm alive barely.
Okay. Great. So, okay. So Francis, you're up, my man.
And Gideon's down.
Gideon goes after you. Gideon's still down, yes.
I'm gonna. Was Gideon behind cover?
I was I imagined myself lying down and aiming, but I don't think I was behind. I never actually said I'm behind cover. We were setting an ambush, and I haven't moved from that spot.
Okay, so I'm gonna get to the closest place I can get as much cover as I can near Gideon, and then take a shot.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Take a shot. I mean, are you attempting to do first aid or something like that?
Not. I don't have first aid, but like, do you have to have first aid to stabilize someone?
I think you have to. I mean, let's take a look here. I believe you can make a skill.
I think it's to stabilize. Anyone can do that,
Yeah.
but he won't. He won't bleed out, but he also won't recover anything.
Let me just double check that. Because I'm pretty sure there is a way to. Healing first aid. Okay, 131. Okay. Okay. Healing. All right. First aid can be later in life when properly administered. First aid can reduce the severity of a single injury or bring someone back from the brink of death. Okay. Make a medicine roll to treat a character. Each rolled success heals 1 point of non-lethal damage, or converts it to a point of lethal, or convert a point of lethal damage into non-lethal. Non-lethal damage is always healed before lethal, representing easing the shock and trauma of the wounded person. First aid takes 1 minute before must be administered within an hour after the injury. Okay. How much is a turn? Is a turn a minute in this game? Because I remember being like, I know in Star Wars a turn is a minute.
Yeah.
Because
In regular D&D, it's 6 seconds, but I don't know where the scale ranks here.
Pretty sure it's like, okay, combat. Okay, into 6-second combat turns. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So 6 seconds. So you can spend. I don't like the fact that you can. That combat essentially is like super like. The way I sort of describe combat being in a lot of cases is like imagine like continuous fire from an assault rifle sort of thing, and then reloading is like to give you an idea, like this. In order for the fast reload thing to be effective, it needs to be like longer period of time. So when it comes to healing, especially when it comes to like shock and stuff like that, what are you at in terms of negative stats there?
-1. They did 6 damage. I had 5 health.
Okay. So what I'm willing to rule is that you can revive someone, but they don't heal. So if you get to -3, null, you'll die. But I'm willing to say that you can be revived and not healed, if that makes any sense, if you want to come back into combat.
So like effectively just like stopping the bleeding sort of thing.
Or not that.
Put pressure on the wounds. No,
Yeah.
no, I mean like that's how it happens in a very quick manner. It's like you put pressure on the wound, you stop the bleeding. He's like not dying right now, so that can still fit in a variable but still small time space.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than being knocked out in the first round of combat. So what I'm willing to say is you can, if you want, either accept being stabilized at 0, or you can be brought back and retain your negative rolls going forward with a successful first aid check. And the first aid will be, the difficulty is going to be, you'll take the negative, like for example, the first aid check will be, if you don't have it, it'll be your intelligence times 2. And you're at -1, right? So you'll have a -1 to the dice roll.
Well, I don't have first aid either, to be clear.
I understand, but you can make an unskilled check.
Okay.
But,
that's an intelligence. That'd be an intelligence at a -1.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And that would be something that I would roll on him, or
Yes.
Yeah,
roll
like-
that on him.
okay, because I've got 5 intelligence. That's a pretty good odds.
You're a smarty, yeah.
Let me just make sure one quick that.
I'm just trying to like. My thought was just to stabilize him. If you're going to give him like the chance to actually fight still, then
I am, but he's going to be so basically he's going to continue to keep his -1. So in every roll that he does, he's going to have,
So he'd have a
negativity.
penalty.
Yes, that's right. Which it kind of that makes the most sense to me, because like Die Hard, for example, if you have that one talent, you just don't go down. So it's still a good talent to get, but yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm willing to make that a reality. But you won't.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need regardless of the waking back up part, I think that whatever we do need some kind of ruling for just basic stabilize, right? So is there an official rule for that, or is that also part of the?
So you get to pick between being stable at 0 or coming back into the combat, and after combat subsides, you can make another first aid check to stabilize, right? Like that's not a problem whatsoever. But essentially, you're just being like slapped awake, basically, in order to rejoin the fight as it happens.
Cool. Well, I guess it starts with Francis regardless, right? Either way.
Yeah. I just want to see unskilled. So that'd be under skills, I guess. Skills. Untrained, 48. Okay. You may normally make a skill roll even if you can't no skill level in a particular skill. Equal to the associated base with a negative penalty. Okay. Alright, so basically what's going to happen is you're going to be rolling -2 because you're unskilled, and a -1 because of the difficulty of his medicine. His condition, I guess, would be the correct way to describe it. And I guess as a group, we can decide whether you want to be stabilized or whether you want to come back in the moment with your penalties.
Yeah, and this is using my intelligence, which is a primary skill, so it rolls ×2.
It does. So if you just click the dice next to intelligence, it'll roll it for you.
Okay, so
But,
I'll just dice roll modifier -3.
-3, yep.
And then we'll see what the outcome is, because if I succeed, then we have to have the conversation. If I don't, we don't.
Yeah, difficulty 5.
Yeah. 4.
Okay. So what this does, for every success that you get, you can...
It's one level of things, so it turns from lethal to non-lethal.
That's right, yes. But you have to treat... so basically what's going to happen is, on your wound tracker there, Null, what is your current max health? 6, right?
Max is 5.
5. Okay, so on your shit, what you need to do is put the gun symbol all the way down to... You got 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're at currently 0 HP. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. So okay, gun symbol all the way down to 3. Then from 2 down, put the fist symbol, and they represent that you've taken basically non-lethal damage. So your cuts and scrapes have been healed enough to allow you to continue to move around. But you basically if someone punches you, for example, that'll turn into lethal, and then you'll probably get unconscious again pretty quickly. So.
Okay, so I have a punch on -1, a punch on -2, and a gun on -3.
No, started at 0. So start gun up to 5, and then 2, 1, and 0 put a punch. So basically what's going to happen when you get healing next, if, for example, you're getting healing from a person that wasn't Solomon with his trait, you would have to heal all the gun symbols to fists, and then you can start healing the fists to normal. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so. Yep.
So I guess technically it would be gun all the way up to 2, and then up to 3, and then 4 and 5 would be fist. I guess that's how you do it, right? Because you go down, your maximum is 5, and however you want to look at it, that's how we'll do it. But you spring awake after, where did you get shot? Where would you say you got shot?
Well, I imagine myself lying down, so maybe they actually hit me in the head. And you can see my skull, I'm profusely bleeding, but he managed to rub some dirt on it and maybe wrap some of my silks around it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still have that canvas from the ship, the canvas that we kind of scavenged. So the thick canvas I'd wrap around.
Yeah.
Probably doused in alcohol or whatever.
Yep. It immediately pools red, right, when you apply the bandage to it. But the smell of alcohol and I guess bullet powder, gunpowder, it wakes you up. Gideon, you snap awake.
Not to mention the sudden burning pain of rum in an open wound.
Yeah, that's true too.
That'd suck.
But yeah, you're in an immense amount of pain, but you can function.
I say, I have a tremendous idea, Francis. Let's ambush them.
Fantastic. Let's try it next time.
Bullets whiz over your head. Little bits of rock bouncing off the rocks as everything comes together.
Maybe we need 2 Charleses with us next time.
Yeah. Speaking about ambushing, Gideon, it is your turn.
Oh, good gravy. Well, fuck. I mean, they're all. How far away are the nearest ones?
Oh. What are you
'Cause we-
attempting to do? You want to do your mind eye thing on them?
That's the optimum move. If I can't get close enough to them to do that,
I would say that you
because-
could get within 10 feet of them pretty easily. Like you would. I don't know if you'd be able to get all 7 of them, mostly because there are. Some
yeah, I figured they were
Nazis to
2
move-
groups.
Yeah, there's
right?
like 2
Aren't
groups
there,
of
like-
3 basically.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me just remove the dudes that I need to remove from this. So 1 is out. 2 is out. And 3 is out. Okay. Yeah. So there is, there are basically 4 Nazis left over at this point. So, on top of that, there's also, you've got basically 5 savages, 6 left over. So there is a fair amount of you on this hill.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I would move to one of the groups and just say, "Gentlemen, it seems the abyss awaits us both. Who will reach it first, I wonder?" And I reflect, across them and attempt to take out 3 of them. Mez, rather, 3 of them.
Okay, sure. So the difficulty of these guys is 3. The willpower.
Cool. Well, with my newly jacked up charisma.
Jack that charisma. I took steroids on my charisma. All right, cool. So that's 2 turns, I guess, for the 3 of them. So 7, 6, and 5 go unconscious for 2 turns.
Yeah, he's like, this character is not afraid of dying. So if you bring him back, he's gonna do something useful, even if it kills him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The 3 Nazis sort of look at you and they start to blink a lot and they put their hands on their forehead and their guns sort of drop to their side because they're on like the braces that they have, and they just sort of start rubbing their eyes and looking at each other incoherently. But Charles,
Yes.
man of action.
So there's 4 of them and one of them isn't hypnotized.
That's right.
Which one isn't hypnotized?
The one that's
Like just off to the side.
yeah. So he's like, if there's like Gideon has taken the ire of 3 of them in front of you, and over the other side of the embankment is the one that's basically surrounded by savages at this point.
I charge whichever one's closest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So that's one of the ones that have been Gideonized.
Yep.
What would you like to do? You're going to charge like the actual
I mean,
maneuver?
he's got to
Yeah.
stay true to
I was
character.
like, wait for
I
it.
could see you anticipating.
Motherfucker. I knew it.
All right. So +2 bonus to your attack. It may move up to half your normal move before making the attack. You can also shove an opponent if you'd like. So you can shove him off the cliff essentially if you wanted to.
Fuck yeah, let's do that.
All right. So
Shoulder charge him and just. If I succeed, what I want him to do is that kind of like, and then the camera tracks him going down, and then he turns into a doll like at some point.
all right. So when making a touch
And
attack,
then
Wilhelm
the
screams.
rock flies by and just.
Wilhelm screams everywhere.
so
Yes.
here's what you do. You get a +2.
Okay.
They get only active defense, which is defense.
Okay.
Not because of it's because he's making a touch attack, not because you needed one more success on your performance, I guess, Gideon, in order to make that happen for everyone. But
Yes, you gave us some beefier mooks.
I did give you some beefy mooks, yes. And
BP
Fred-
Mooks sounds like a great cover band name.
so here's the best part about it. For every success you get, you push an opponent back 5 feet. I'm going to say you need to push him back 15 feet in order to push him off the cliff.
Okay. Difficulty
5.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. Okay.
7.
What is his? Okay. Active is just dexterity, so he's gonna be rolling. Okay, -3. So you need 3 successes. Oh yeah. So you just fucking like shoulder check this Nazi. He just does the fucking wobble backwards sort of thing, and he's on the edge of the cliff, and he looks like he's gonna lean forward, but then he just like leans back a little bit and just tumbles off the cliff. Yeah. But lucky for him, he has Nazi propellers, and he flies up. No, he doesn't.
And Gideon weakly is like, Charles,
What are you doing, Charles? Don't. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. So you're in the middle of strength is good, right? Yeah. All right. Oh, is that you rolled strength there?
Yep. You say it says strength.
No, you make an attack. You make an attack.
No, make a touch attack. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, touch attack basically means that I only get defense, so I don't get active. So basically, make a brawl attack here. That's what you're doing.
Okay. I think that's actually more dice.
That's all right.
Yeah.
With a +2, remember? So.
Balls.
It's actually less dice.
Yeah.
So you rolled 8, and then you rolled 9, 10. So you rolled 10 dice on the last one. So, yeah. All right. So he pushes him back. He's teetering on the edge, and he's sort of
Can I spend a style point or 2 to get him over? Just because we've already done
it was such a moment.
Come on, man. I'll spend 3 style points.
Yeah, but you have like an 11, so that's
4. I'll give you 4. I'll give you 4.
So he's like right teetering on the edge when the rock breaks away, as it always does.
All right, fine. 3 style points. 3
Boom.
style points.
Thank you.
Rock breaks away. Fucking shit.
It's got to be just after the Nazi gives that look of like, yeah.
Now you know what it is. You know what it is.
And then it goes.
He does like the Nazi salute where he like stamps his foot on the ground, and the rock snaps in half, and he falls down the cliff. Hype.
He does like the on guard.
Yeah.
It goes,
yeah, that's a much better resolution. Okay. So that was okay. He's already taken that. So Nazi 6 is that's 1 turn. Nazi 4 is the one that acts. So he's going to spray and pray these savages that are attacking him. So there's now like 6 savages attacking him. So he's going to do strafing attack. I'm gonna say he's gonna take a.
Didn't we lose a savage?
You did, yes, but there's 6 of them.
Oh, okay. I thought there was only 5 left.
So there's 5 left. So he's going to. I'd say the only one that's not really in deep with these guys is probably Biscus. So we'll say there's 4 savages there, and he'll get a -2 because it's over the space of 10 feet. So he's going to see what he can do here. All right, so now if I remember, so we roll an attack for each character, right? This is what we've been doing so far for strafing. I can't remember how we did it. Because
with a -2
for each attack,
for each 5 feet apart they are.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll do 4 attacks with 1 character, and it'll be a -4, I guess, at that point for each attack. All right, we'll do that. That seems like fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we need 4 defenses from our noble savages. Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, so the first one is a 3, so he takes 1 damage. Cool. The second one is a 1. He takes 1 damage.
Things you don't want to hear in combat. The DM roll the dice and say, "Uh-oh."
Well, he got a 0, so yeah. Fourth is a 2, so he takes 2 damage. And last one is a 3, which kills.
It's amazing.
That one.
Viscous, listen very carefully. Nazis may infiltrate your village, so make super sure that you don't get killed by them. Meanwhile, take your best guys with us to go hang out with Wonder Woman.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
This went so well.
Yep, that's it. Okay. So Hyde, you're up. He does the cool ammo magazine drop clip, pulls another one out.
Tactical reload.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's the only one moving and doing, so I'm gonna fucking shoot him.
Go for him, my man.
Seven.
All right. So 3 damage. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Nazi 7.
Wait a minute. That wasn't right. That was firearms. That wasn't the actual rifle.
Okay.
Let me do that again with the actual gun. 9.
Okay. So what's that? That's 5 damage? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Not a big deal. Let's change that. Okay, he's still up. And now we're going to bring more Nazis out. So, how many of you guys killed so far? 6, I guess. 2 of
Mesmerized.
Them, 2 of
mesmerized.
them are still mesmerized. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay. Okay. So yeah, 3 more soldiers come out to see what the commotion is about.
Johans, did you hear shooting and screaming?
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about.
Yeah. All right. So 8, 9, and 10. All right. I'll add them to the initiative. 8. Which turn are we on? So who was first in the turn order? So we'll add it at the end of Charles's turn. So you guys will get a couple more turns basically before this happens. Because we'll do it at the end of the turn order. So let me just roll some initiatives for them real quick. Okay, so 5, 2, and 3. So After Charles takes his next turn, we will bring in these guys. All right. So the noble savages. There is 3 of them left, and Biscus. The 3 that are left are going to try and stab that last dude, I guess, the one that you just shot. So let's get some attacks from them. Okay, spear, and we'll see if he's dead, because he'll be at -2 defense now. Because -1, sorry, because he's already taken 1. Okay, so the first one does nothing. Second one, this would be -2. Yep, this one takes him down, and the other savage is going to run at one of the wavering dudes. So he's going to attack that guy. So you didn't roll high enough.
This is what happens. They're learning from Englishmen.
Oh, he rolled terrible on his defense anyway. So that's okay. So 3 damage. All right. So he snaps awake with a spear in his guts. All right. Francis, you're up, my man. Math.
Do the Nazis have grenades on them?
They do.
They do.
They do.
Do I have time to run over to the tranquilized one, take his grenade off him, and take a shot, or is that too much?
You mean take a shot with your Luger?
Yeah.
Well, picking up a weapon is actually an action, so.
Like picking up a grenade would be an action?
Mm-hmm. Just as standing up is an action, so.
My rifle is unloaded. So in theory, I could do that if you indicate it.
Yeah, I would, like, if that strikes my brain, I'd be like, they have grenades on them. Whoever's dead, take the grenades off of them.
I mean, it'd be very easy for you, I guess, Gideon, to, like, do the thing where you pull the pin and then kick a dude. You know, like, that wouldn't be very hard for you to do at all, considering that he's also, you know.
I love it. That is fantastic. If you'll let me do that, I will certainly do it on my turn.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's one awake, right?
Yes, there is one awake.
Well, I'll tell Gideon that and then shoot at that dude.
you just taking the kills from the savages. I love it. Go ahead and roll for me.
Well, he's freaking awake. Yeah. No modifier.
Yep.
Difficulty 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 1 damage. Not bad. He's like, Scheiße! As the fucking bullet, like, slams into his shoulder or something like that. Okay, Gideon. You have the ire of one of these Nazis who's still wavering. If you wanted to kick him and pull him
Yeah,
over.
I mean, absolutely. So you're saying kick him towards the others, right? The guys who are emerging? Because I imagine that would be the.
So here's what because he's like, you know, the wavering or whatever, I'll let you make a charged attack. You won't get the, so basically every success that you get over his defense will be how far back he goes in 5 feet, right? Which is important because grenades are explosive.
Well, look, I'm not a strong character, so if this is going to be if I have to push him a super long distance, this might not be a good move for me. It might be better just to take the grenade and throw it.
Whatever you prefer. Doing so will get you a style point, though. That's what
I do want to try it, but if there's a danger I'm going to blow up my allies, that seems bad.
The difference between a charge attack and, like, moving an immovable object and moving someone who's essentially punch drunk.
Yeah, what does charge mean?
charge is a maneuver that you can do in this game, which allows you to shove, which is what Sheepdog did when he pushed the dude back. So let's see here. Charging.
You gain a +2 to your attack and may move up to half your normal move before making the attack. You may only roll passive defense.
So I'm letting you make a shove attack without doing that. You don't get a +2, but the guy you'll be fighting or pushing will only get his active defense, he won't get his active defense, which is passive. That's the only thing he'll get in this instance because of his drunkenness, basically. So he'll be rolling 3 on his defense, and you'll be rolling whatever it is you roll for brawl,
which is
strength,
like 2 dice for strength.
It's a strength dice, a strength skill. So
okay, so just 2 dice, modifier nothing.
Do you not have the skill?
No, I have a strength of 2, and I have a melee weapon, which is a sword cane, but I don't have brawl or anything like that.
Okay, if you don't have brawl, you'll be rolling strength, sorry, which times it by 2, so you'll be rolling 4 dice.
Okay, which I think we found out. Well, it'll do by itself.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then no modifier, I assume, right?
No modifier.
All right, difficulty 5.
Yep. Do you want to put any style points into this or anything like that?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I only have the 1. They keep getting blown off me, but I will.
So that'll give you a +1, and you'll get 1 for doing this because it's cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. It was your idea, but it's still awesome. And regardless of whether this goes terribly wrong, I have to say it to the guy before I try. I lean in next to his ear and I say, "Give Dr. Pap my regards." And of course that means that I'm doomed. But
yeah,
Dark 10 enemy betrayals.
Hey.
All right, so so you push him 10 feet, basically.
Yeah,
is what that
not
is.
very far.
Which is conveniently the range of a grenade.
Wait a second, I thought he had only his passive defense.
Yeah,
that's his passive.
No, I made it so that he only has his body.
Gotcha.
He'd be rolling 5 dice if he had.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. Okay, so you push him back 10. Mark a style point down. Oh, I guess don't because you spent 1.
Yeah, I'll just put it back, I guess.
Yeah. And yeah, grenades are 10 feet, I believe, right? Let me take a look at this equipment.
Yeah, the radius is 10 feet.
Grenade hand 10 feet. Okay. Yeah. So you push him back into the guys that are coming in. They're about 5 feet away from this guy when it explodes. So that's 4 lethal. Is that so? Grenades are like what? You roll 4. It says 4 lethal straight up, right? It's always going to be 4 lethal, and they can't soak that. I think they get like active defense or something. What is it? I know it's something weird like that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, they only get their passive defense
So
against
1, 2,
explosions.
7. Area of effect attacks. Characters caught on the radius of an area of effect attack only get to use their passive defense rating for their defense rolls. Okay, so these guys only get 5 dice instead of 8. Okay. But I'm going to say the one with the grenade on him just sort of... It's on him. Like, there's no rolling away from a grenade that's, like, on your belt, right? So he can take 4 damage. That's so weird. It's only 4 damage. That's so little.
I think the thing that balances it, though, is that it's effectively unmissable. Like...
Yeah. Like... is it 4 and then every success over the defense, does it? Pretty sure that's how that works.
Yeah, so they roll a passive defense.
They roll passive, and any defense, it's 4 lethal straight up, and then every success over that is extra damage, right? Make sure that that's the case. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, so that's how we're going to handle grenades. It starts at 4 and goes up for every additional success, which makes them a bit more lethal. Okay, so soldiers, -3. Okay. All right. Wait, so they need to pass a 4 then, right?
Yep.
I guess they need 4 successes. Okay, so that guy takes 6 damage, I guess. If we're doing it by that rules. That guy takes 2 damage. Oh. No, he's fine because it's full lethal. Yeah. And -3, 5. Alright, so that guy takes 5 damage. Alright, so one of them is completely obliterated as he runs out. Nazi 7 is Gonski's. He just like pink mist. Second Nazi takes 4 damage. No, it takes 4 damage. That was 2, and then this guy takes 5 damage. Okay, yeah. So 2 of the Nazis just basically get blown back. One of them gets like shrapnel in the neck and he bleeds out. The one that you kicked with the grenade on him, he's just like in half, pink mist. Like this is the bloody scene of the movie, basically. But yeah, you guys have still in combat. So 7.
And then to Francis, definitely just sort of he was like, check him for grenades.
Like, don't thank me till we're not dead.
Yeah. Charles.
Closest man, please. Where is he? There he is.
Yeah, that's the one of the dudes that just ran out. Like he just got exploded. Would you like to run over and stab him?
Yes. Charge. In charge?
Charge.
Stop. Which I believe is just +2.
You want to just run over at him and just stab him with it? Yeah. Go ahead. +2.
Okay. Okay.
You're just making a charge and not making a shove?
No, just a charge.
Okay, so this
You will
this would
also
be melee.
lose your active defense bonus for using. Okay, just so you know.
Yes, I lose 1.
Yeah, his entire thing is dexterity, so. Yeah.
But 7 still.
7. Yeah. Let's get a defense from this guy. He dead. So you just run over and just stab him.
Sticking with the pointy end.
Yep. All right. Whose turn is it now? Wait, where did my turn order go? Did I shut it down? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. All right, Nazi 6, who just died. Hide, you're up. 2 Nazis left. They're both sort of standing up after being blown back by a grenade.
Well, I mean, neither of them are looking too good, so I guess I'm just going to shoot at Nazi 9.
Nazi 9, got him. Shoot him.
Nazi 9 looks like a reasonable target.
Shoot her!
Shoot her! 14.
Okay. He's probably dead, but let's see by how much. Fair amount. Yeah, you just brain the guy, start reloading your rifle. And one last soldier. Whose turn it is. he turns tail and runs back into the temple. And I think that's where we'll leave today's session.
Francis collapses because this is the most he's ever been hurt ever.
Yeah, I told you guys I'd kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
So don't get shot by Nazis who are trained, because they will come at you, bruh. But yeah,
I mean, I'm doing all right.
yeah, no, you're doing all right. You almost got fucked up twice this session. So
I mean, well, technically, I only actually took 1 damage. I did take a whole bunch of other damage, and then that got removed because it was a mistake.
yeah,
So.
yeah, that's on me. I made a mistake. I'm happy to take that back. So, yeah, let's do some shout outs. Drummer Boy, let's start with you, my man. What up?
Hey, Drummer Boy, you can come check me out making some really weird ambient shoegaze style music tomorrow morning on my Twitch channel for my patrons.
Shoegaze? Is that just like looking at shoes? Like, what is that?
No, it's kind of like psychedelic rock, but ambient. So you have like a guitar distorted,
like
usually a whole bunch of pedals. And
imagine
stuff
a guy taking acid, and it's the video clip. It's the music to that.
Yeah, well, like just go on YouTube and look up one shoegaze song, and you'll get it pretty much instantly. It's just like ambient soundscapes, but with guitar and guitar pedals, and just like forever reverbs and forever delays kind of thing.
Anytime they have a drug episode of The Simpsons.
Sure. Yeah, but I'll be doing that tomorrow morning on stream. And yeah, I'm going to be sticking with Patreon because they reversed their terrible bullshit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
So I'm going to be sticking with them for the time being. And then I think on Saturday I'm going to be playing The Witcher, but on Sunday I've got Christmas stuff to happen. So I'll be doing Witcher 3 on Saturday if you want to stop by for that.
That's me. The season.
Watch for on Twitch Temple, the site that I did the alerts for. They're going to have a free sound and alert pack together for like a Christmas gift for people that I did 8-bit sounds for. So if you want some extra alerts, they're going to be free at Twitch Temple sometime in the near future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Sheepdog, the man, the myth, the legend. What up, sir? How you doing? I think you're muted, by the way.
Hey there, guys. I'm Sheepdog, Sheepdog Gaming on YouTube. You can search for me and find me.
Great. Awesome. I guess, Noel, you're up. Let's get
Hello.
stuff
Yeah,
going.
you can find me on Twitter at NullSpeak or at Dice with Death TV. Also on YouTube if you just search for Dice with Death, where my permadeath D&D game continues. That's about it. And keep an eye out for next year when we announce our horror game, and I'll stop saying, I don't have anything to say.
It's a secret.
I can't tell you guys. It's so interesting, though.
My video game lives in Canada. You don't know it.
Exactly. Shut up. It loves me.
Doc Gast, you last. What up?
Yo, man. How you doing? You can find me here in Fridays for Surge, Shadowrun, and then again later where we're continuing Pandemic Legacy, which is going fucking brilliantly.
Oh man, we're one loss away from opening that secret pack.
I don't want to know what it is because it's got fucking red writing on it. It's the only one that's got the red writing on it.
Yeah. We're probably going to get there. Our luck has been abysmal lately. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's episode of Die Party Abyss. If you did, why not follow the channel? And if you're feeling real saucy, why not subscribe? So what's going on in the future? Well, I mean, viewership is kind of weird right now because of all Christmas shit. And the same can be applied to just about anything that's happening right now. So we probably have Dead Man's Crest tomorrow, maybe. I know for Thursday we will definitely have Surge, and there'll definitely be board games. But Sunday and Saturday and Monday next week is obviously not going to happen. Now, in terms of enjoyment for this week, next week, guys, the 26th, who's in for Abyss? We get a head count.
Yeah, I'll have to get back to you.
Why don't we just
Same.
say that next week is a miss, because it is the 26th of December, and that way there is no like, asking the wife whether or not you can play a game on Boxing Day. So since Sheepdog has like done that, that's probably where we'll go with that. So we'll no Abyss next week, but January 2nd, come back strong. And that should be that. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later on today for the daily stream. But until then, have a good one. Bye-bye.